koozies. You hadn't missed a day yet.
Hey, you did pretty good, too, Gome. Who are they from?
Well, this one's from Ida Carrington, and this one's from Lila Mae Pruitt.
Well, will you look at that? You know, in your own quiet way, I think you do all right for yourself.
Well,
I bet you left a string of broken hearts back home, you sly dog, you.
Oh, come on, Dee.
Sergeant Carter!
Here, right here, here. Yeah.
Ain't that nice? Sergeant Carter got a letter from a girl, too.
Gottschalk.
Yeah.
Tupper.
Here.
Oppenheim.
Yep.
Mitchell.
Here.
McIntyre.
Here.
Davenport.
Here.
Dugan.
Here.
Moskowitz.
Here.
Spencer.
Yo.
Here's a letter from the girl, Gomer. Tire sale. Buy one tire at the regular price and get a second tire at half price. Man, that sure is sexy.
Well, I think that's a shame. I just can't figure out why Sergeant Carter don't never get no mail.
Wake up, Gomer. If you were a girl, would you write to him?
Oh, no. I think so.
Why?
Well, 'cause when it comes to getting letters, he's just like any of the rest of us. He's got feelings just like we got. Just because he's a sergeant don't mean he's made out of stone. I think it'd mean a whole lot to him to get a letter from a girl.
Well, why don't you get one of your girlfriends back home to write to him? Dear Sergeant Carter, Gomer Pyle has written and described you to me. All I can say is, yuck.
You know what you ain't got, Duke? Feelings for others.
For others, I do, not for sergeants. See you, boy. Come on.
Yes, may I help you?
Hey, ma'am. You see, I want to write a love letter. And I was sort of hoping that you might know some books of some famous love letters that you could lend me just to get an idea of something to write. Or maybe some love poems, just something with love.
Of course. I think more has been written on love than any other subject. In fact, I think we have a book called Famous Love Letters. Let's see if it's out. No, it's here. It's in section 342. It's number 217.
That's wonderful. Thank you, ma'am.
And when it comes to poems of love, you can always rely on Elizabeth Barrett Browning.
Golly, I don't know how to thank you, Miss Browning. And I will never be happy till your heart is mine. Oh, to be in one another's arms. Love letters.
Uh-huh.
Hope it does the trick. Hey, can I read it to you to see if it sounds all right?
All right.
My dearest, most beloved darling,
That's good. That's good.
how I have worshipped you from afar. But now I can no longer contain myself. No longer can I silence this burning love that is bursting within me.
I think you got a real winner there, boy.
Wait, I got 3 more pages. Listen to this part. The violet loves the sunny bank. The cowslip loves the lea. The scarlet creeper loves the elm, but I love thee. How you like that one?
Wonderful, wonderful. Your girlfriend is going to really love that letter.
Oh, this ain't to my girlfriend. It's to my sergeant.
Can I help you with something?
Thank you. I was kind of looking to buy some perfume, something fancy and something that smells real nice.
Well, this is a lovely fragrance. It's called Sublime. Well, smell it.
That smells mighty nice.
Yeah. And this one is very light and reeks of femininity. It's called Anything Goes.
Well, that sounds sort of advanced. Golly, that smells real nice, too.
And this one is just delightful. It has a kind of a wispy aroma. It's called Merveilleux.
It's called what?
Merveilleux. That means marvelous in French.
That smells real good, too.
Well, you couldn't go wrong with any one of these, you know.
Well, it's just so hard to decide, and this is real special, so it's got to be just right. Do you think it'd be all right if I took just one more sniff?
Oh, of course, no, go right ahead.
I'll take that one.
That's Maryville. That's the one I would have picked. Well, now, shall I wrap it as a gift?
Oh, no, thank you. I ain't giving it to nobody. I just wanted it for a love letter.
Sergeant Carter!
Here, back here! Here! Come on, come on!
Everett!
What's the matter? You guys ever smell a perfume letter before?
Not like that. The wind's blowing the other way. I can still smell it.
Well, read your own.
Mysterious Miss Hicks.
What's the matter? You guys like me to read it to you?
Well,
I don't mind. My dearest, most beloved darling. Huh? No longer can my heart endure this aching pain because I am not by your side every moment of every day. That's it. Eat your hearts out.
wow, what a letter.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't burn a hole in the envelope.
You know what? I still think it's a letter for another tire sale. He didn't read us the end. But who would write him a letter like that? Who?
Maybe the sergeant's like you said I was, Duke, a sly dog.
Well, whoever wrote that to him sure made his day.
You think so? You really think so?
Yeah, look at him.
The mysterious Miss X. The mysterious Miss X.
Would you like to hear this one?
All right.
My dearest darling, conqueror of my heart. Good?
This letter going to the same party as the other day?
Uh-huh.
You're a sergeant.
Right.
That's a new one, isn't it? Women sergeants in the Marines?
No, they got him.
Oh. You're sergeant. What's her name?
It's not her, it's him. Vincent. Listen to this. This is my favorite part coming up. How do I love thee?
Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach. Oh, my darling, every moment I am awake is spent thinking of you. And at night, I count myself to sleep, trying to remember every little freckle on your nose. Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Miss X. Miss X. Yeah. What do you want, Pyle?
I just came from a pie, Sergeant. There's a real good movie on in town. Godzilla Goes to a Beach Party. Don't suppose you'd like to go with me, would you, Sergeant?
You don't suppose right, Pyle.
Letter from a girl?
That's right, Pyle.
Makes you feel good, don't it?
Well, it sure don't make me sad. Any letter that begins, "My dearest darling, conqueror of my heart."
Golly, that sure is pretty talk.
I'll bet you wish you knew who it was from.
Oh, I can sure guess who it's from.
You can?
Well, sure. There must be half a dozen girls around here who'd write you a letter like that.
They are? Of course there are. Who do you think it might be, Pyle? See how good you are at guessing.
Well, could be that girl at the lunch counter at the PX, Shirley. I've seen her look at you real warm and friendly like.
Yeah, Shirley. Yeah?
Or it could be that hat check girl at the club Ha-Ha.
Adelaide?
I've seen you two grinning and talking to each other.
Yeah, Adelaide.
Or that girl at the USO.
Marilyn.
I seen the look in her eyes once when she handed you a ping pong paddle.
Yeah.
Could be any one of them, Sergeant, or more.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be, but, well, I don't think it would be very gentlemanly of me to tell you who it is. You understand?
Oh, I sure do. It's like you say it wouldn't be very gentlemanly. You don't have to tell me.
I won't. Well, look, why don't you go to your movie and let me get some work done, huh?
Sure, Sarge. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Yeah. Allow me, Shirley.
Why not? I'm here to please.
Hands like these, Shirley, were never meant for this kind of work.
I know. I was going to be a brain surgeon, only this job came along first.
You can't fool me. There's something about you that's different. Poetic, if you know what I mean.
Me, poetic?
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach. Well?
Well, what?
What's the sense kidding anymore? Miss X.
Huh? What'd you call me?
Didn't that poem mean anything to you?
Oh, I didn't say that. It's a nice poem.
Well, isn't there anything you want to tell me? Something I should know?
I don't know what you mean.
Come on. Out with it.
Well,
Tell me, Shirley. Tell me.
All right. Don't order the liver and onions. They're from yesterday.
I always said there was something different about you. Something poetic.
So how come you never mentioned that to me before?
Well, you know how it is. Come on, recite your favorite poem for me.
Oh,
Please.
well,
Come on.
okay. There was a young man from Pomona whose girlfriend...
Is that the only poem you know?
So what's the matter? You heard it before?
Yeah, I heard it. I'll see you around, Adelaide.
Okay. Hey, if I hear any new ones, I'll let you know.
Did you ever lie awake nights trying to count the freckles on my nose?
You like my perfume, Vince?
Yeah. It's real nice.
I use it all the time. It's called Marvie.
How do I love thee?
Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now, just one more thing. Would you do a favor for me, Marilyn?
Sure.
Well, that's always been one of my favorite poems, but I keep forgetting the words. Would you please write it down for me?
I'll do even better. I'll type it.
No, it has to be in your handwriting. I mean, what's the sense of all that typing?
Oh, I can't write. I broke my finger 4 weeks ago. It's been in a splint ever since.
Type it, type it. When we're apart, it's as if my heart stops beating and my only happiness comes in the thought that love conquers all. I would follow you to the ends of the earth. How about them apples?
You know, I bet she writes with a crayon. They wouldn't let a dame like that use sharp instruments.
Go ahead and laugh. You guys never got a letter like this. She writes like a poet.
Yeah, I bet she looks like a poet. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
You're jealous, that's all. You're just jealous.
What do we got to be jealous about? We don't even know what she looks like.
Yeah, what does she look like?
Well, she's...
Yeah?
Huh? She's...
Well?
She's beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what she looks like. She's beautiful. Anybody can write poems like this.
Well, if you wasn't so ashamed of her, Vince, you'd take her downtown to one of the nightclubs. We could see for ourselves.
Yeah, seeing's believing.
Well, look, I can't help it if she don't want to go to them smoky, noisy clip joints.
Boy, you got an excuse for everything. Hey, I'll tell you what. There's a USO dance here this Saturday night. Now, she can't have anything against going to that.
Well, I'll ask her. But I can't guarantee she'll come.
Of course she'll come. What's a 15-minute bus ride to a girl who's willing to follow you to the ends of the earth? That's this Saturday night, Vince. And we'll be waiting. Breathlessly.
What are you looking at, Pyle?
Oh, my loved one, my most precious and beloved, I beg thee to understand the wretched thing I must now do. But we are left no choice. The brutally unhappy fact is this. I must leave thee, and you shall never see or hear from me again. Just remember this. I'll cherish your love throughout eternity. Farewell. Well?
You going over the hill?
Going over the hill? Why would I do a thing like that?
I don't know. Where are you going?
To mail this letter.
To your sergeant, Vincent.
Right. You remembered.
Tell me something. What does your sergeant say when he gets those letters from you?
Oh, he don't know that they're from me. Why, if he thought they was from me, he'd die. He'd just die.
Then why do you write them?
Well, the sergeant never did get any letters from any girls like all the other fellers, and that made him feel just awful. So I started writing him these love letters.
Oh, and that made him feel good.
Sure did.
Then why are you stopping?
Well, a few of his friends wanted to see this here girl, so I decided I'd write him a farewell letter, and that'd get him out of his predicament.
Oh, that's a mighty fine thing you're doing there, son.
Well.
Not many fellas that go to that trouble.
Oh, heck.
He's sure going to miss those letters, isn't he?
I guess.
How does that go again, that last part?
Just remember this. I'll cherish your love throughout eternity.
That's sad. That's real sad.
Well, it's for the best we end it this way.
Oh! Mahoney! What's the matter, Vince? No letter today?
Don't worry, it'll come.
Well, I sure hope nothing's happened to her. I'm counting on meeting her tomorrow night. Schofield. Ain't that right, Vince?
Huh? Oh, yeah, tomorrow night.
Could be her letter got lost in the mail. Or maybe she put it in her pocket and forgot to mail it. Sure didn't sound like the fickle type in her letters.
Sergeant Carter!
Here, right over here, right over here.
Moskowitz.
Here.
Spencer. You. Walkowitz.
Yeah.
Somerville.
But I must leave thee, and you shall never see or hear from me again.
Watson.
Never see or hear from her again.
Gottschalk.
Yeah.
Tupper.
Here.
Oppenheim.
Yep.
Mitchell.
Here.
McIntyre.
Here. Sergeant Carter!
Here.
Ross.
Here.
Haverick. Kaczynski.
Dear Vince, I must have seemed awfully silly to you the other day, but I never realized that tough Sergeant Carter also has a warm and artistic soul.
It's from Shirley.
Sergeant Carter!
Here.
Dear Vince, you sure surprised me the other night. Who knows? Maybe we were made for each other.
From Adelaide.
Sergeant Carter!
Hey, keep 'em coming, keep 'em coming.
The doctor says the cast will be off by Wednesday, so how's about a quiet dinner at my place?
It's from Maryland, at the USO. I'm sorry, Whip. I won't be able to make it to the dance tomorrow. Just wouldn't look right for me to show up with 3 girls. You will excuse me?
You know, for a guy who never used to get any mail, he's sure doing all right all of a sudden. How do you figure?
Whatever it is, it don't make no difference as long as he's happy.
So the drunk says, well, if you have to go downstairs for it, forget it.
All right, all you guys going on liberty. I want everything cleared away before you take off.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hey, Pyle, don't you have a date?
No, I was just writing out in character back home.
Your girlfriend?
Well, kinder.
Dear Ida, I'm fine. How are you? Fine, I hope. The weather here is fine. How's the weather there? Fine, I hope. That's the letter?
Uh-huh.
Well, Pyle, no wonder you don't have a date. Somebody ought to teach you how to write a letter. A love-type letter. All the mean, nasty, rotten breaks.
What happened?
What happened? I've been waiting a whole week for this date. 1 whole week I've been pointing to this particular date with this particular girl, and what happens? I pull Sergeant of the Guard and I get stuck on a base. That's what happened.
What are you getting so shook up about? You caught last-minute duty before and got stuck?
This is different. This girl is different. This ain't no ordinary date. This could be the one, Miss Wright.
No kidding, Vince.
No kidding. What do you think I'm so sore about?
I'll be darned. She really flipped you, huh?
Oh, I gave her my tie clip.
Who is it?
Geraldine Turk. You don't know her.
Geraldine Turk. Hey, is that the one that had the nose job?
No. I told you, you don't know her. I met her at a party. Oh, is she beautiful? She's so beautiful. Not like some of the bow wows you go out with.
She flipped for you, too.
Well, I had to work on her. I worked hard. There were a lot of guys buzzing around. But I sweet-talked her all evening. That's what did it. She's so pretty.
Sarge, I think you're in love. Hey, if I was you, I'd get a bodyguard to watch over this girl when you're not around.
Well, it's just that she's the first girl that I... Hey, you know what? You just said something.
Huh?
Bodyguard. But not a real bodyguard. Why don't I get one of my guys to take her out for the evening? You know, protect her from the wolves.
Why? Don't you trust her?
Just a... Well, I sweet-talked her and took her away from a master sergeant. What's to prevent some guy from coming along and doing the same thing to me?
Yeah, but who could you send? I mean, who could you trust?
Well, it'd have to be a guy in the platoon who ain't too handsome.
Right.
And it should be a guy who's not a fast talker. In fact, he should be a little on the slow side. Not an idiot exactly, but a nice, harmless, dumb cluck.
You want to see me, Sergeant?
Yeah, Pyle. Do you plan on going into town today on your liberty?
As a matter of fact, I was.
You got any special plans?
Nothing special. Hey, do you want to make a day of it together? We could go over to the aquarium. They got one of them piranha fishes over there. It ain't no bigger than your hand, and they say it can eat up a human being in 5 minutes.
No, Pyle.
Wouldn't you like to see a fish that could eat up a human being in 5 minutes? Golly, what do we need a fish like that for anyhow?
Pyle, the fact is I can't go in. I've got guard duty, but I want you to do me a favor.
Be glad to, Sergeant.
Coffee?
Thank you, but no thank you.
Well, Pyle, I had a date with this girl. The girl. And I didn't want to disappoint her, so I was wondering if you wouldn't mind taking her out for me.
Oh, no. Take out one of your girls? I mean...
You didn't hear me, Pyle. Not one of my girls. The girl. This is it. The girl.
What? You mean you and she might?
That's what I mean, all right.
Well, golly, Sergeant. Best wishes, and may you have ever happiness.
Thank you, Pyle.
You mean you want me to take her out?
And you know why? Because there's not another man on the entire base that I trust like I trust you.
Well, that's real nice of you to say, Sergeant.
No, I mean it.
Well, where would I take her? Do you think she might like to see that piranha fish that can eat up a human being in 5 minutes?
She might. But why don't you take her out? Have some dinner together, see a movie. But the important thing is, Pyle, that you don't let any other Marine or civilian anywhere near her.
Huh?
Well, you know how it is. A pretty girl like Geraldine, well, she's popular. Another guy comes along and, well, I could lose her. So she's got to be watched, you understand?
Uh-huh.
Good. Now, here, let me give you some money.
Oh, no, Sergeant, I couldn't take that.
Well, I insist. Look, you're taking out my girl. You're doing me a favor. Now, come on. Here, take this $10.
$10? Shazam, I'll never spend it all. She sure is a mighty lucky girl to be getting a thoughtful man like you. You know, you sure are thoughtful for a sergeant.
Oh, I try, Pyle. I try. Now, look, I'll phone Geraldine. I'll explain the whole thing to her, and you pick her up. In fact, I won't call her until right before you go to pick her up, so she won't have time to make any other plans.
Thoughtful, thoughtful. Thoughtful is the word for Sergeant Carter.
And trustworthy is the word for Gomer Pyle. Get to bring me the change out of that 10.
This is very disappointing. I mean, very disappointing, Hal.
Vinny, I'm sorry, honey, but listen. Meanwhile, you're still my own little cutie babe, ain't you? My own little lamb chop.
Oh, I love when you sweet talk like that. Say it again.
You're my own little dewdrop.
Oh, someone's at the door.
Okay, baby. Don't forget. Que sera, sera. Our song, remember?
I remember. I have to get the door. Bye, Dave.
Vinny.
Hey, ma'am.
Hello. You must be Gomer.
Gomer. Like Homer, except with a G.
Yes, well, come on in.
Sergeant Carter was sure disappointed he couldn't make it. Hope you won't be too disappointed in the substitution, 'cause I sure ain't no Sergeant Carter nowhere's near.
Well, won't you sit down? Homer?
Gomer. After you, ma'am. I never do sit in the presence of a lady.
Oh. Well, I thought I'd get you something. Would you care for a drink?
Yes, ma'am, sure would.
What would you like?
Well, I'd like for you to leave the tap run a while. That way you're sure to get the water nice and cold.
All right.
Ma'am?
Yes.
No wonder Sergeant Carter's so stuck on you. You sure are pretty and nice.
Homer, I am?
Yes, ma'am. You're a whole lot prettier than I expected.
Gomer, what did you say about my hair?
Huh?
Well, when we first started dancing, you said something about my hair.
Oh, that it was pretty and soft and it smelled real nice too, that.
Say it again.
Your hair is pretty and soft and it smells real nice. Real nice. Gosh, I didn't realize it's so late, Miss Geraldine. I sure am sorry.
Oh, don't be. I had a wonderful time.
Really? 'Cause I sure enjoyed myself.
Oh, I mean it. I enjoyed every minute of it. The aquarium, that was fun, and the...
Still can't believe it. A little old bitty fish like that's able to eat up a human being in 5 minutes. Why, it'd take a human being longer than that to eat that little old fish. I mean, boning it and all.
Well, I enjoyed that. And the movie, and the dinner, and the talk.
Shoot, you sure are easy to talk to, ma'am.
Talk some more.
About what?
About me.
You mean about your hair?
Anything.
Well, you sure are good company, and you're a real good dancer. Golly, you're light as a feather. But most of all, you're real pretty.
Oh, I love sweet talk.
Well, I guess I better be getting back to the base. Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Good night.
What's the matter, Vince?
Go get Pyle.
What's wrong, Sarge? You look terrible.
Go get Pyle.
What is it, bad news?
Get him. Go get Pyle.
Sure, Sarge, sure.
Get him. Get Pyle.
And so, I think it's best that we end it now. I'm sorry. But don't think it hasn't been fun, because it has. Think of it as a trip to the moon on gossamer wings. Just one of those things. Auf Wiedersehen, my dear.
Go get Pyle.
You want to see me, Sergeant? Is something wrong?
It's all over, Pyle. All over.
What's all over?
Geraldine and me. Over. Down, fini, kaput.
Huh? What a terrible thing. What a terrible thing.
Yeah. Huh? Huh? You take a girl out, you give her your tie clip, and just like that, it's over. Que sera, sera.
What?
That was our song. Well, I was que sera, sera, all right.
Can't tell you how sorry I am, Sergeant.
You see, Pyle? You see why I wanted you to take her out and watch her for me?
Well, you didn't watch good enough, Pyle. While your back was turned, some rat fink came around and stole my girl.
You think so?
Of course. Didn't you see her make a phone call? Didn't you see her talk to any other guy all day long? Now think, man, think.
Well, at the aquarium, there was this one feller that spoke to her.
Yeah, what? A guy in uniform?
Yeah, but...
Well, who was he? What did he say? What did he say to her?
Well, he was the guard, and he said, "Lady, don't lean against the glass."
You missed it, Pyle. You blew it. There was probably some guy following you around all day long, and you didn't even know about it.
You really think so?
I know so. Well, I'm not gonna give up so easy. No, sir, I'm not throwing in the towel just yet. I'm gonna fight this. I want you to do me another favor, Pyle.
I'll be glad to, Sergeant.
I want you to take Geraldine out once more. Spend the entire day with her. Oh, but this time I want you to keep your eyes wide open, see? I want you to watch for any guy she talks to. Find out who he is.
I want to track this down. I want to know one thing. Who's the other guy? Who's the dirty double-crossing rat?
Any person that'd pilfer another one's loved one's all them things and more.
All right, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. You got liberty.
Take her out. Spend the whole day with her. Here, let me give you some more money. You got anything left out of that $10 I gave you?
Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to bring you the change.
Good.
26 cents.
Hang on to it. Here's another 10.
Another 10? Golly, Sergeant, this is really costing you.
It's worth it, Pyle, to find out what I want to find out.
Right.
Now, I'm depending on you, Pyle. Don't let me down.
Oh, you can trust me, Sergeant. I'll watch her all right. I'll watch her just like a hawk. Just like a hawk.
Good boy.
Any person that try to steal my sergeant's girlfriend's a mean, hateful thing that's got his lumps coming to him.
That's the ticket. Now, report back to me tomorrow night as soon as you get back to the base.
Right. As soon as I get back, Sergeant. Gung-ho!
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Thank you, Gomer.
Ma'am?
I said thank you.
Oh, you're sure welcome.
You know something, Gomer? I'd like to spend days like this forever.
You would?
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you?
Well, to tell the truth, I sure would.
Oh, Gomer, I accept. You didn't realize that you just proposed to me.
But, ma'am?
Oh, I almost forgot. You have to give me your tie clip. You know what that means? I'm your steady.
But,
Oh,
ma'am...
no, let's not say anything more. Let's not spoil it. Good night, darling. Good night. Until tomorrow.
Are you back, boy? Come on in. Come on in. Well.
I went over to her house and I picked her up.
Yeah.
Can I tell you this tomorrow?
No, this can't wait. Now, tell.
Sergeant, can I ask you something first?
What?
What was you planning on doing to this other feller once you found him? Have you been thinking about that?
Oh, I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking real good about that.
Hiya.
Oh, yeah. I see us meeting in an alley somewhere. A nice, dark, dead-end alley where he can't get away. And then I haven't quite made up my mind. Should I start with his ribs and work my way up? Or should I start with his head and work my way down to his legs, breaking things as I go? Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking a lot about that. Tell me, Pyle, do you know who this guy is? Do you know?
I think I have a lead.
Yeah?
Can I tell you tomorrow night?
Why? Why do we have to wait?
Well, I think he's coming back tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night?
I think so.
Well, I waited this long. I can wait another night.
Good night, Sergeant.
Hey, are you going out?
That is right.
I thought you were going to stay in all weekend. What is it, a last-minute deal?
This, my friend, is called Operation Close-In.
Huh?
I'm closing in on the fink who stole my girl, the fink who sweet-talked her away from me. Last night, Pyle told me he had a lead. He said he'd get back to me tonight. Said the guy'd probably be there tonight.
So?
So, I want to be there. I want to take myself a little look-see. I want to run into this chap, and when I do...
And don't go getting yourself into trouble, Vince. It ain't worth it.
What trouble? I just want to see this guy. Just want to see what he looks like. I want to meet him. I want to take a good look at him, and then... I want to kill him.
Oh, darling, come in. Come in, darling. Oh, why didn't you call all day? Oh, last night was wonderful, just wonderful. Have you been thinking about last night?
Well, yes, ma'am, I sure have. That's the reason I've come back here tonight.
Oh, tell me. Say something sweet like you always do.
Well, first of all, though, I've got to ask for my tie clip back. We're supposed to have 2 of them.
Oh, I understand. Of course, I should know it's part of your uniform. But, darling, you know, tie clips are just sort of, well, trinkets to kind of seal a bargain. You know how I'd rather seal the bargain? Like this.
What's this? What's this?
Oh, mercy.
Leonard, what are you doing here?
You?
Sergeant, listen.
You?
I want to know what this is all about. What are you doing here?
You?
Will you answer me? What do you want?
You? You're the rat fink. You're the one I sent in to watch over my girl, do a little spying for me, and this is what happens? You?
What are you talking about?
This rat fink here, I sent him in to take out my girl, and what happens? He steals her.
What?
Miss Geraldine, Sergeant.
Oh, yeah. I sent him in personally to take you out. I even financed it. Ask him if it ain't the truth. Oh, yeah. Here, take another $10, Pyle. Here, take out my girl. Go ahead. Oh, I'll watch you, Sergeant. You can trust me. I'll watch her like a hawk, just like a hawk. Well, you watch her real good, all right.
Sergeant, Miss Geraldine.
This is the most disgusting thing I ever heard of. How dare you send someone in here to spy on me, and how dare you take a job like that and fool me? Oh, get out of here. Both of you, get out of this house.
Miss Geraldine, if you just listen for a minute.
Out. Get out of this house before I call the police.
You heard her, rat fink. Out.
Sergeant, wait just a minute. Listen.
Out of my sight. And take Sergeant Hagen with you.
You rat fink, come on out. Rat fink.
Sergeant. Wouldn't nobody listen to nothing. Wouldn't nobody listen to a thing I had to say.
I'll listen. I'll be glad to listen. But first, let's find that nice dark alley.
Wait a minute. Can't I say just one thing?
A prayer, a short one.
Wait. Now, I know what you came in there and seen must have looked pretty terrible. But the fact of the matter is, the whole thing was one-sided. That's the reason I come here tonight. To tell her that this whole thing just wasn't possible. But she didn't even give me a chance to do that. But now I'm getting to the most important part. Miss Geraldine's pretty and fun to be with. But do you know what? I don't want her to hear this, but she's fickle.
Huh?
Fickle. She is a fickle-hearted person that just likes being sweet-talked to. She said so herself. Just look how fast she threw you over for me. Now, how do we know how fast she wouldn't throw me over for somebody else? As soon as another sweet-talker come along. Now, that type of person is fickle. Now, tell the truth, Sergeant. Ain't you glad you found out about her this quick instead of getting more tied up with her and later on being really disappointed? Now, if what I say don't make good sense, and you still want to go find that dark alley, well, that's up to you.
Let's find a diner instead.
Huh?
Come on, Gomer. Harry's gonna buy you a cup of coffee. Hey, sirrah.
Hey, Sergeant.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm supposed to be meeting a girl, and I sure ain't looking forward to it neither.
Why, who is she?
Well, it's like this. Duke Slater back in the barracks, he had a date with these two girls in one evening, and he didn't want to disappoint either one of the girls, so he asked me if I'd take one of them out.
So, take her out. Have fun.
Hey, Sergeant.
What?
Do you have any plans this evening?
No, why?
Would you like to take out this girl instead of me? You'd be much better on one of these blind dates than I am, I expect.
No, thanks.
I sure wish you would. She's due here any minute. Duke said that the way I'd know her, she'd be wearing white gloves and carrying a black purse.
I don't think so, Pyle. If Duke thinks this girl is right for you, well, I don't think she's right for me. You understand?
Yeah, well...
On second thought, Pyle, since I don't have any special plans and since you really don't care to have this date, well, I'll be glad to do it for you.
You would, Sergeant? Well, thank you very much.
It's okay, Pyle. I'm always glad to help out one of my men. Has she come in yet? Take a look.
Okay. Yeah, that's her, all right. Duke said she was tall. Well, like you said, Sergeant, y'all have fun. It was delivered so late.
Let me have that again.
You see, they sent it to another Sergeant Carter who'd just been transferred out of the country. And he said it wasn't his, so back it come all the way. Them fellers over at the post office really tried, though. It's like they say, neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow. But, of course, it shouldn't have been 2 weeks late on account of the weather hadn't been terrible lately. Have you noticed it's been real lovely out? Not a touch of sleet.
There's a letter for me.
Uh-huh. It's a funny stamp on it. It's got the Chinese writing all over it.
Chinese. Korean. And it's from her. That's a Korean stamp. Well, where is it?
Well, it's right up in the right-hand corner, right next to the...
Not the stamp, the letter, the letter.
Oh, it's over on your desk. Hey, Sergeant, my cousin Goober saves stamps, and I was just wondering...
Yeah, the stamp. Now, get out of here.
Boy, them Chinese folks sure use real stickum.
Well, I'll be. How about that?
Good news, Sergeant?
This is great. My daughter's coming to visit me.
Daughter? You got a daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know you had a daughter.
Well, I have.
Where's she been all this time?
Korea. She was born in Korea.
Korea? Well, I'll be. That sure is a strange place to have a daughter.
Huh? Oh, it's a little girl I kind of adopted years ago during the Korean thing. The whole company watched out for her, but she took to me mostly. Treated me just like I really was her father. So I've been looking out after her ever since.
Oh, bless her heart. That's your daughter, all right. That nose and that cute little chin. She looks exactly like you. That toothy grin and everything. Yep, no mistaking her. She's got that Carter smile, too.
Well, she's adopted.
I know, Sergeant, but that's what happens. Adopted children grow to look like their mamas and daddies. Didn't you know that?
No.
Well, I do. What's her name?
Sulin Chen Hong. In Korea, that means pink blossom.
Oh, did you ever? Pink Blossom Carter.
It's been so long, and, well, I always hoped. But I can't believe I'm really going to see her again.
Well, she'll be here, all right. Your own little girl, and you'll be able to see her all the time. And you can help her with her homework and braid her hair into pigtails, and you'll be going to them PTA meetings and everything. Where's she going to stay?
Stay? Well, I don't know. I hadn't even thought about it.
I know what. Maybe she could stay with Sergeant and Miss Mason. They got that big, nice house and all them young'uns of their own.
Yeah, they got that big backyard with the slide and the swings and that plastic wading pool. That'll be perfect.
Well, when will little darling be here?
Well, let's see. She says she will arrive on Monday the... Holy smoke, that's today.
Well, bless her heart.
She's coming in this afternoon. What time is it?
About 2:20.
Well, her plane comes in at 3. Look, I got to get out to the airport. Tell Cuccinelli to take the guard mount. How about that? You get a letter and it's... He'll tell you.
What's with him?
He just got the news that he's about to become a father. All over again.
Now boarding at gate 6. Flight 90, New York.
Thank goodness. I was afraid I missed you. You been here long, honey? Well, what's the difference? You're here now. Is this your bag? Come on. What's the matter? You mad because I'm late? Well, I'm sorry, honey, but your letter came late. Now, come on. You want to carry it? Okay. Hey, look at you. You're so big. Here, I almost forgot. Now, just relax, sweetheart. There's nothing to worry about. Your daddy's going to take care of you now. I know it's all a little strange, but, well, it'll take us a little while to get to know each other again, huh? Come on.
What's going on here?
It's okay, buddy. I can handle it. Now, mustn't bother the man, Sue Lynn.
Her name is Anna Lee.
Her name is Sue Lynn. Don't you think I know my own daughter?
Don't you think I know mine?
Well, I'm sorry. It's a natural mistake. I have one just like her.
Now arriving at gate 5. Flight 110 from New Orleans. Passengers may claim their luggage at the check stand outside.
Cabo autonom. Autonom.
May claim their luggage at the check stand outside.
Are there any more passengers coming off that flight?
No, they're all in, it looks like.
But there can't be. Was there a little girl looking for Sergeant Carter?
No, I'm sorry, no one came here.
I missed her.
Maybe she went straight out to the base, Sergeant.
Yeah, that's it, sure. She probably figured I was on a detail or something, so she went right out to the base. That's pretty smart thinking for a kid, huh? I sure hope somebody's looking out for her.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Excuse me, is Sergeant Carter here?
No, ma'am. He's gone down to the airport to pick up his little daughter. She's come all the way from Korea. That's right next door to China.
How unfortunate. We must have missed each other. I'm Sue Lynn.
You're Sue Lynn? Golly. Well, he won't be expecting you.
Oh, but you just said that.
He's expecting his daughter, but he won't be expecting you. I mean, you're a whole lot bigger than what he's looking for. He figured you'd look more like this.
He still has the picture. All the Marines were so very kind and so helpful. They looked after me and they were interested in everything I did.
Well, it seems like they still are. You know, you sure speak English good. You ain't got hardly a trace of an accent.
Well, that is thanks to Sergeant Carter. His assistants helped me to go to school, an American school.
Good old Sergeant Carter.
He always was the kindest of all, so sweet and so considerate.
Hadn't changed one bit.
So patient and so understanding.
That's him, all right. That's our Sergeant Carter.
He used to recite nursery rhymes in that soft voice of his.
What are you guys doing there? Move, move, move! On the double!
That's him, though I do expect his voice has changed some.
Pyle, didn't anyone call me?
If you can't guess who this is.
Sue Lynn? Well, I'm your I'm Sergeant Vincent Carter.
Bless your hearts, both of you.
long time.
It is 12 whole years.
You've grown. Oh, this is, So how's Uncle Juan, huh?
Oh, he is well. Is it something for me?
Yeah, well, I kind of thought...
It is a lovely present. Thank you.
This here's one of the members of my platoon, Private Gomer Pyle.
Hey, Pink Blossom. I guess you two got a lot to talk about, so I finished cleaning up.
Hey, let me take a look, huh? Well, I just can't believe it. You're so grown up.
Yes, it happens even to pink blossoms.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm so glad to see you again. Huh? Wuri nara wanyun adnida.
고맙습니다. 오기에 온 구수께 senhabyakunida. You remembered.
Here. Come on, sit up. Well, tell me, what are your plans? You didn't say much in your letter. What are you going to do in the States?
Well, Papa Sergeant, I want to finish my education.
Good, good.
And I want to see all I can.
Fine, fine.
And I should like to marry a Marine.
Huh? Did you say marry a Marine?
Is it not a good idea, Papa Sergeant?
Well, now, hold on. Well, what's this marriage? You just got here. Besides, you're still too young. Ah, you always were a great kidder. I have to admit, you had me going there for a minute. You marry a Marine.
Excuse me, Sergeant. Just want to remind you, guard mount's ready for inspection.
Oh, yeah. No, when I give my daughter away, it's going to be to a doctor, a lawyer, a professional man, an Ivy Leaguer.
But I have known some wonderful Marines.
Yeah, well, they're not all like me. No, you marry a doctor or something. And when he comes home, you sit down, you have a martini, you ask him what happened at the office. But if you marry a Marine, what have you got in common with him? He comes home, what do you say? What's new in the jungle?
But Sergeant...
But why worry about all that now? It'll be years before you even think about marriage. Besides, it's bad enough to have a Marine for a papa now, isn't it? Huh? Look, I'll be back in 10 minutes. In the meantime, you just make yourself comfortable. Boy, you sure are grown up.
Ain't that nice? I bet you're just about the happiest girl in the whole world. What's the trouble?
I cannot talk to him.
Huh?
He is so opposed to my plans.
Oh, you mustn't let what he said about the Marines upset you none. It ain't as if you're really gonna marry a Marine.
But that is the problem. I am.
Huh?
I am to be married this Sunday.
You mean this coming Sunday? Married? And to a Marine? Shazam! Hey, Susan. Did you break the news to Sergeant Carter yet about you getting married Sunday?
All week I've been trying to find some way to tell him, but I just cannot do it. I am sure it would displease him, and I do not want to displease him.
What you need some more time.
But Sunday is 2 days away, and Fred will be here this afternoon.
Fred? Is that your boyfriend's name, huh?
Yes, for me it was love at first sight. Maybe because he was so much like Sergeant Carter. Fred is a fine man, and he has a wonderful mind.
Oh, that's nice. I just know you two are really gonna be happy.
Perhaps I should postpone my plans. In my country, we are taught to respect and obey parents. Sergeant Carter is the only father I know. If he is so against this marriage, perhaps it is best I honor his wishes.
You mean you'd call off the wedding? Sue Lynn, before you do that, why don't you talk to our chaplain right here? He's a real fine feller, and I know he'd do everything on earth and heaven to help you out.
You think he would?
When people's in trouble, that's his specialty. I just know he'll have the right answer.
I will go see him. Private Gomer, perhaps you could help too.
Me? But I don't know what...
You and the sergeant appear to get on so well. I was hoping that you might prepare him. Would you, Private Gomer?
Well...
Please, speak with him. See if you can get him to accept the idea of having a Marine for a son-in-law.
All right. I'll talk to the sergeant.
I know it will not be easy.
Don't you worry, Sue Lynn. You go see the chaplain, and I'll go see the sergeant right now. Gung-ho. That means everybody working together.
Yes, I know.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Sergeant. You stepping out?
Yeah. I'm taking Sue Lynn out for dinner.
Sure nice to have a daughter around, huh? So you can take her out to dinner and buy her pretty things and play with your grandchildren and eat some home-cooked meals.
What was that?
I just saying how nice it'd be to eat some home-cooked meals.
Before that.
Play with your grandchildren? Well, if you're over to eat the meals, least you can do is play with the kiddies.
What is all this? She's still a kid herself. There's plenty of time. You talk like she's getting married tomorrow.
Oh, no. It won't be tomorrow, no, sir. Tomorrow's only Saturday. It could be soon after that. Real soon.
What do you mean?
Well, it's just that she can't wait too long. Golly, she's 20 years old now. Before long, she's going to be 30, and then 40, and then 50.
She'll get married sooner than that.
Like maybe Sunday?
Kyle, you're not making any sense. Why should her marriage be any concern of yours?
No reason. I was just thinking what a happy day it's going to be in your life. I can just see it now. Her walking out of the church there, ever so beautiful with that dark hair and them big eyes, walking down underneath all them cross swords.
Wait a minute. Cross swords? What cross swords?
Well, you know how the Marines do when somebody gets married.
Who said there were going to be any Marines there?
Well, there have to be Marines there.
What do you mean?
Well, you going to be there.
And that's all.
But suppose she did find somebody that she liked and he liked her. Would you stand in the way?
Can't happen.
But suppose it did. Suppose a Marine come to you and ask you for Sue Lynn's hand. What would you do?
I'd throw him out on his head is what. Now stop bugging me.
But, Sergeant,
Supposing you let me finish getting dressed and get out of here.
But, Sergeant...
Out!
You want me to take the duty now, Sarge, so you can leave?
No, there's no hurry. I'm not taking Sue Lynn out for an hour.
Yeah, but she's here now.
Yeah, where?
I just saw her over at the administration, coming out of the chaplain's office.
Chaplain's office? What is she seeing him for?
How are you, Gomer?
Just fine, sir. I hope you all had better luck than I did. I tried to hint around to the sergeant about what was going to happen, but he wouldn't take to it at all.
You see?
What's that all about? Now, what would she and Pyle want with a chaplain?
Well, what do you usually see a chaplain about? When you're in trouble, when you get married, or when you want emergency leave?
No. No, it can't be. Say it can't be. Not to Pyle. Not to Pyle.
He told me how you felt about her marrying a Marine, but that is not for you to decide. This is her life, Carter. There is only one thing that you can do.
Kill him.
That's a very intelligent reaction, isn't it? Now, you better face it, Sergeant. This wedding is set for Sunday, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Come on, now, accept her man. Meet him halfway. I'm sure in time that you'll get to know each other and like each other.
No, I don't want to like him.
All right. Then you will lose your daughter. What have you got against this boy?
Sir, he's stealing my little girl. She's just a kid.
Sue Lynn is not a child. She is a mature woman. And in fact, she's far more capable of picking a husband than you are.
Well, sir, she doesn't know that.
I don't know why she is concerned about you. She's worried about making you unhappy, and you don't care that you're making her life miserable.
I am?
Because of you, she is ready to call this whole thing off. Carter, you're the only father she has known. Now, she wants to be married, but also she wants your approval.
Oh. I don't know.
Sergeant, Sunday could be the happiest day in your life.
That's the happiest? You don't leave me much to look forward to.
Give her your blessing. Good. I know you're doing the right thing. You have a talk with her fiancé. You'll see. In time, it'll all work out.
I guess it could be worse. She could have married a sailor.
Want to see me, Sergeant?
Come in, come in. Sit down, son.
Thanks, Sergeant.
I wanted you to know that I've talked to the chaplain, and he told me all about the wedding. How could you do it, Pyle? How could you do it?
Well, I tried to prepare you, Sergeant.
I know. If it's what my daughter wants, I've got to learn to live with it.
I'm glad you feel that way. It's going to make Sue Lynn very happy.
But it's tough for me to accept. For 12 years, I've reared her. I've sent her an allotment. 12 years of anguish, 12 years of sacrifice, and just like that, she's gone.
Well, that's what happens, Sergeant. They grow up and they leave you.
100 million men in this country, and look what she picks out. How could she make such a choice?
She said it was love at first sight. She said it was the resemblance to you that done it.
Oh, the resemblance to me. How much punishment do I have to take in one day?
She said she always was attracted to a good mind. Now, Sergeant, you know what they always say. You ain't losing a daughter, you're gaining a son. I've made out a list here of things that's supposed to be furnished by the bride's side of the family. That's you. Flowers, refreshments, and a cake with a Marine insignia would be real nice, and lots of throwing rice, and some cans, that's for the car.
No. There will be no flowers, no cake, no shoes, no wedding. I just made up my mind.
Huh?
Pyle, I'm begging you, please, you can't marry my daughter. You can't.
I know that, Sergeant.
I'll give you anything in the world, anything you... Huh?
I ain't gonna marry your daughter.
You're not?
Oh, no.
Why don't you want to marry her?
I never did.
You break her heart, and I'll break your head.
Sergeant, you got this all mixed up. It never was me. She's marrying a feller by the name of Fred Pertwee. That's who she's gonna marry all along.
Pertwee? Fred Pertwee? What is he, some kind of Main Street commando she met someplace? Pertwee? Oh, no. This I ain't gonna take. You're bad enough, but some two-bit pipsqueak recruit.
But, Sergeant...
I have him around all day. I'm not gonna have him around all night.
You hadn't even met him yet. You might like him.
I'll break him in two. No, sir. There'll be no wedding. Come in!
Sergeant Carter, I'm here with your daughter, and we...
You! You're not gonna marry my daughter, you hear me? Yes, sir. My daughter ain't gonna marry no two-bits.
Papa, Sergeant, the chaplain said he had spoken with you, so I brought Fred with me. I thought it was about time my two favorite men met each other.
You're, Pertwee?
Sure glad to meet you, Sergeant. Heard some mighty fine things about you. We're on our way to the Green Lantern for dinner, and we won't go without you. Got a lot of gabbing to do, so come on. Nothing keeping you here, is there?
No, nothing at all. Just a second. There is one thing. I'll be with you in just a second, huh? Oh, come on, get with it. Find the list. Put it together, huh? Be right with you, Fred. Let's see, what was it we needed? We needed flowers. We needed a cake with an insignia on it. Old shoes. Hey, you can see why she went for him, huh? Resemblance to me? Come on, the list. Just another second, Fred. You hurry. The wedding's Sunday. We just got 2 more days. Move it.
The captain's really a nice-looking feller. Sue Lynn picked well.
Oh, I guess he's okay. My son-in-law, the captain.
Well, I guess I'll get used to it in time.
I'm sure glad it worked out this way. Sue Lynn sure wanted to make you happy. That was all she cared about was you. She's a very considerate girl.
Considerate is the word. Runs in the family.
Hey, Sarge, did you really think there for a while it was me she was gonna marry? Did you?
Well...
Wouldn't that have been something? You'd have been my father-in-law, and we'd have spent the rest of our lives together, you and me. Bad.
Never could happen, Pyle.
Why not?
Well, just like you said. Sue Lynn's much too considerate a girl.
Teen Walls and Thick School Men, a Williams Family Chronicle. Chapter 1. The Gospel of Larry White. The walls in the Williams household weren't just thin. They were practically theoretical. MJ, a 13-year-old with the ears of a bat and the sass of a veteran stand-up comedian, sat at the breakfast table, poking at a pancake that looked as depressed as the atmosphere in the house. See, I didn't want to hear it, MJ muttered to the empty kitchen, but I kinda wanted to hear it. Miss V, the family's stalwart housekeeper and self-appointed moral compass, hovered over him with a spatula. You shouldn't have been listening, boy. Privacy is a lost art in this generation. I was trying not to. Miss V, MJ protested, his voice cracking with adolescent indignation. But I know, if I hear the music, they're gonna come down, smiling and happy, singing Larry White songs. Miss V stopped mid-flip. Who in the name of all that is holy is Larry White? MJ rolled his eyes. You know, the old fat dude with the real deep voice. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. 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 Miss V let out a cackle that sounded like gravel in a blender. It's Barry White, you little heathen. Larry White probably sells insurance in Cincinnati. Barry White is the king of romance, and if you keep talking in that deep voice, you're gonna bust a spleen. The humor was short-lived as Marcus Williams descended the stairs. He didn't look like a man who had been listening to Barry White. He looked like a man who had spent the night sleeping on a vertical piece of plywood. How was your night, Dad? MJ asked, his eyes darting to the ceiling. Good, Marcus lied, his voice lacking its usual broadcaster's resonance. You ready for your big test? Yeah, sure. Where's your mother? Slept late, MJ said, a mischievous glint in his eye. That's a good sign. Marcus sighed, rubbing his temples. We were in the same room, son. Don't read into it. Well, if y'all were making up, I was hoping I didn't hear it. But I did want to hear it. But then I didn't want to hear it, because if y'all doing it, I'm definitely gonna hear it. These walls are thinner than Mom's patience. MJ, enough, Marcus snapped, though his heart wasn't in it. The tension in the Williams household was a palpable thing. A third roommate that didn't pay rent. The catalyst was a woman named Sabrina Murphy, a ghost from a past Marcus swore he didn't have, claiming a child he swore wasn't his. In the fallout, Angela had transformed into a whirlwind of fire and brimstone, culminating in the great cabiche of the previous week, where Marcus's luxury vehicle and most of his Italian silk suits had met a fiery end in the driveway. Chapter 2. Trust, Verify, and Vaseline. Across town, at Lady Andy's salon, the air was thick with the scent of peppermint oil, gossip, and the hum of high-end blow-dryers. Angela Williams, the undisputed queen of the establishment, was in the middle of a strategic planning session with her lieutenants. Jennifer, the plus-size powerhouse with a heart of gold and a tongue of acid, and Leslie, the realtor, who managed to stay professional even when her friends were acting like lunatics. I decided to trust him, Angela announced, snapping a latex glove onto her hand with a sound like a pistol shot. That explains the smoke rising from the driveway this morning, Jennifer quipped, not looking up from her magazine. I believe he didn't sleep with that woman, Angela continued, pacing the salon floor. I'm letting it go. Leslie looked skeptical. Angela, you told him you trust him, but your eyes are saying, trust but verify. And by verify, I mean you've probably already hired a private investigator and a psychic. I have the address, Angela whispered, leaning in. Sabrina Murphy. I'm going over there. I need to put this to bed, Liz. I've been through too much with Marcus to not check this out. Jennifer stood up, reaching into her oversized purse. Well, let me get my Vaseline, because if we go into her house, Someone's getting their hair pulled, and I want to be ready. Nobody is fighting, Angela insisted. This is a fact-finding mission. A peaceful, Martin Luther King Jr. style dialogue. Honey, Jennifer said, with you, it always starts as MLK. But by the time we hit the porch, you've turned into Malcolm X by any means necessary. While the women plotted their reconnaissance mission, the salon was undergoing a literal expansion. This brought Tariq into the picture. Tariq was a contractor, tall, muscular, and carrying a tool belt with the grace of a gladiator. He was also the man with whom Angela had shared a legendary, if brief, college one-night stand 14 years prior. As Tariq moved through the salon, measuring walls and radiating female energy distraction, Jennifer was practically swooning. Angela, how do you not remember him? Jennifer hissed. That man is the kind of man you make a fool of yourself for. If I had a leak in my roof, I'd be calling him to plug it every day. Angela remained icy. It was college. I was wild. I was in a different headspace. And I'm a happily married woman. He remembers, Jennifer noted. Look at the way he looks at you. He looks like he's still waiting for the sequel. Chapter 3, The Poodle and the Letter. At the C Sports Now studio, Marcus Williams was trying to maintain his dignity while his co-host Joseph and their flamboyant assistant Todd poked fun at his recent segment. The crowd favorite continues to be Davis, Marcus said into the camera, trying to sound professional. The underdog. And doesn't everyone love an underdog? Or in your case, Joseph, a poodle. Clear, the director yelled. Joseph turned to Marcus. A poodle? Really, Marcus? You're a 6'4" man, walking a toy poodle in your promo. It's for the demographic, Marcus defended. The banter was interrupted by Todd, who entered with the mail and a smirk that suggested he knew a secret. No mail, but this letter just got dropped off. From. The room went silent. Marcus stared at the envelope as if it contained anthrax. I'm not reading that, Marcus said, backing away. I'm paperless. I'm doing the whole green thing. Just read it, Marcus, Joseph urged. Before Angela finds it and burns the studio down. Marcus opened it with trembling fingers. Dear Marcus, I am so sorry for all the problems I caused you. Your wife came to see me this morning. I told her the truth. I was put up to this by a friend I'm no longer friends with. I'm sorry. Marcus let out a breath he felt like he'd been holding for a month. She knows. Angela went there. And she knows I was telling the truth. Wait, Joseph said. If she knows you were telling the truth, then why did she tell you this morning that she trusted you? She already had the proof. She was testing you. Marcus's relief turned into a slow-boiling, indignant heat. She played me. She watched me squirm, watched me apologize for things I didn't do, all while holding the get-out-of-jail-free card in her pocket. Well, Todd added, at least you didn't sleep with her. But man, you're in deep. You still have to deal with the fact that you have no car and no suits. Chapter 4. The Revenge of the Husband. That evening, the Williams house was set for a romantic dinner. Angela had prepared a feast, her way of atoning for the vehicular arson. She was wearing her best dress, a vision of regret and beauty. Marcus walked in, his face a mask of neutral calm. Hey, babe, Angela cooed. How was work? Great, Marcus said. Anything exciting happen with you? Same old, same old. Angela lied smoothly. Marcus sat down, watching her. You know, I just have so much pain in my heart, Angela. I'm so sorry. Angela's heart melted. She rushed to his side. No, honey, I'm the one who should be sorry. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I'm sorry I burned your car and your clothes. I'll never fly off the handle again, I promise. Marcus leaned back, a cold glint in his eye. That makes me feel good. Because I have to tell you, I lied. Angela froze. What? Yeah, Marcus said, his voice dropping an octave. I did sleep with her, and that's my baby. The DNA test came back today. I actually told her to lie to you and say she didn't have a kid, but she couldn't keep the secret. The transition in Angela was instantaneous. The MLK piece evaporated, replaced by a Malcolm X fury that could power a small city. Have you lost your damn mind? She screamed, lunging for him. You coming into this house, telling me you did what? I don't care what I just promised. You're dead. You're a dead man, Marcus Williams. Marcus dodged a flying throw pillow and started laughing. Aha! I thought you weren't going to fly off the handle. I thought you trusted me. He held up the letter from Sabrina. I got the letter, Angela. I know you went to her house. I know she told you the truth. You lied to me about trusting me just to see if I'd crack. Angela stopped mid-lunge, breathing hard. You played me? I played the player, Marcus said, grinning. Now, get off me. I have a headache. I'm still mad you lied about lying. Angela shouted, but the fire was dying down. The thin walls vibrated with the sound of their mutual, dysfunctional laughter. Chapter 5. The Gay Best Friend and the Silverback Alert. A week later, a new complication arrived in the form of Nick. Nick was a ghost from Angela's college days. Tall, handsome, and incredibly charming. To avoid Marcus's legendary jealousy during their early years of dating, Angela had told a small white lie. She told Marcus that Nick was gay. When Nick arrived at the salon to visit Angela, he was greeted by Jennifer, who was immediately ready to risk it all. Girl, he is fine, Jennifer whispered. Does Marcus know you're hanging out with a man like this? Marcus doesn't care, Angela said, winking. Because Marcus thinks Nick is into interior design and musical theater. Nick, who was very much straight and very much a player, played along with the ruse when Marcus arrived. The interaction was a masterclass in awkwardness. Hey, Nick, Marcus said, trying to be supportive of his wife's gay friend. You find any love lately? No, man, Nick said, glancing at Angela. I don't think love is for me. Well, Marcus said, I have a friend I'd like to introduce you to. Well, he's your type. He just had his back and legs waxed. Nick's face paled. I'm good, man, really. No, I insist. Marcus leaned in. He cuddles. He's a spooner. And he only did 2 years in prison for attempted murder of his last lover, so you know he's passionate. Angela tried to intervene. Marcus, honey, maybe Nick isn't ready for Big Frank. Nonsense, Marcus said. Nick, you're family. And family finds family, partners. Eventually, the ruse collapsed. Nick, terrified of being set up with a murderous security guard, confessed his heterosexuality. The fallout was another Williams family meeting. Read. Shouting match. You told me he was gay for 10 years. Marcus yelled. You were jealous. Angela countered. You wouldn't let me have any male friends. Men and women can't be friends without intimacy. Marcus argued. Yes, they can. Angela insisted. The debate was interrupted by the arrival of Joseph and Leslie, who were having their own crisis. Richard, their business partner, had just announced he was marrying Keisha Marcus's clingy, manipulative ex-girlfriend. A silverback alert, Marcus shouted. That woman is a predator. She's going to take Richard for everything he's worth. And she's doing it without a prenup, Todd added, appearing out of nowhere. Richard is a smart guy, but Keisha has him under a spell. Or a potion. Probably a potion. Chapter 6. The Peaches Incident. The drama shifted from the salon to the home when MJ became the center of a drug scandal. It started when Angela found a joint in the hallway outside MJ's room. I refused to have a crackhead as a child, Angela wailed, pacing the kitchen while Marcus looked at the small, rolled cigarette. It's weed, Angela. Not crack, Marcus said calmly. It's the gateway drug, Marcus. Next thing you know, he'll be doing anything for a rock. He'll be living on the street corner with no teeth, scratching himself and calling everyone Peaches. Like my Uncle Harold. I don't want MJ to be Peaches. When MJ came home, he was met with a full-blown intervention. Angela had gone to the library and borrowed every book with a title like, Is There Crack in Your Family Foundation? And When Junior Just Won't Say No. MJ, Marcus said, is this yours? MJ looked at the joint. That's a joint, Dad. What are you doing with it? We found it outside your room, Angela screamed. Are you turning into peaches? Mama, you look like you're on drugs, MJ said, bewildered. That isn't mine. Don't lie to me, Marcos yelled. Go to your room. You're on punishment until you're ready to tell the truth. MJ retreated, singing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot at the top of his lungs to signify his unjust imprisonment. However, the plot thickened when Miss V was caught in the kitchen, acting suspiciously relaxed. Miss V, MJ whispered, sneaking down later that night. I know that smell. I go to a private school with rich kids. You're high, Miss V sighed, leaning against the counter. The first step to recovery is admitting it, boy. I knew it, MJ said. You have to tell them it's yours, or they're gonna make me stay in this house until I'm 30. It turned out Miss V had a secret. She was undergoing chemotherapy for a small, treatable form of cancer, and the marijuana was the only thing that helped the nausea. She hadn't wanted to make a fuss or have the family worry. The revelation turned the house from a battlefield into a sanctuary. Angela and Marcus wept, apologizing to both MJ and Miss V. I'm sorry, Miss V, Angela sobbed. I thought you were just a freaky-deaky senior citizen. I'm fine, Miss V insisted. But that joint MJ found, that was a small one. My regular joints are much bigger. Chapter 7. The Blind Date Disaster. In an attempt to fix Jennifer's love life, which currently involved a toxic cycle with Tommy's dad, Angela and Leslie decided to host a dinner party and set her up with some good men. We need a man who likes meat on the bones, Angela said. A man who can handle a strong, outspoken woman. You mean loud and ghetto, Jennifer said, walking into the salon. I heard you guys, and I don't need your help, Jennifer. Tommy's dad is a minnow, Marcus told her later. You need a shark, or at least a well-adjusted dolphin. The dinner party was a catastrophe from the start. Angela and Leslie had invited 2 men, Billy, a police officer, and Scotty, a high school football coach. The problem was that Keisha and Richard arrived uninvited, bringing a $1,500 bottle of wine that Leslie immediately suspected was actually a $15 bottle in a fancy bag. As the night progressed, the men Billy and Scotty turned out to be shallow jerks. Marcus overheard them in the kitchen talking about Jennifer. I hope you're not trying to hook me up with that sister, Scotty whispered. It would take both of us to hit that. Marcus, normally the jokester, stood up for his friend. Fellas, that's low down. You don't judge a book by its cover, and Jennifer is a queen. But Jennifer had already heard. She walked into the kitchen, her head held high. Let me tell you fools something, she said, her voice dripping with venom. You'd be lucky to have a chick like me. I hold my man down. I handle my business. You 2 bitch-ass dudes can go to hell. And Angela? I better have a dam to go plate tomorrow. She walked out, leaving the room in a stunned silence. Angela felt terrible. I just wanted her to do better, she whispered. You can't protect me from me, Angie, Jennifer told her later. I know he treats me bad, but when it's good, it's good. We all have our mess. Yours just has thinner walls. Chapter 8. The Proposal Paradox. The final act of the season's chaos centered on Leslie and Joseph. Joseph, seeing Richard's impulsive and likely disastrous marriage to Keisha, began to feel the pressure to level up his relationship with Leslie. He bought a ring, a $57,000 monster that Todd described as enough to pay for my college and a small island. However, Leslie was terrified. What we have works, she told Angela. Why do we need papers? Married people just ruin a good thing. When Joseph tried to propose, Leslie preemptively shut him down. Babe, she said, as he started to bend his knee. Your knees bother you all the time. Don't bend down. Especially not on one knee. Ever. Joseph was crushed. Leslie, I was just thinking about how much I love you, and I'm thinking about how tired I am. Leslie panicked. I'm just weary. Boss, I'm going home to rest my weary soul. The tension boiled over at the studio. Joseph was confused, Leslie was defensive, and Marcus was caught in the middle. Leslie, Joseph said, confronting her. I asked you to marry me years ago, and you said no. Now I'm ready. and you're acting like being married to me is a prison sentence. It's not that, Leslie shouted. I like my freedom. You live with me, Joseph countered. You check in like you're married. You do everything married people do. You just don't want the title. Then, Joseph made the ultimate man law violation. Is it that time of the month? He asked. The silence that followed was louder than any of Angela's screams. You did not just say that, Marcus whispered from the sidelines. Mayday, mayday. You're losing altitude, Joseph. You're crashing into the side of a mountain. I was just making an observation, Joseph defended. You don't speak on the alert, Marcus hissed. You just nod and agree until it passes. That's man law number 1. As Leslie walked out, Joseph realized he had dug a hole so deep he might need a ladder to see the sun. Epilogue. The beautiful mess. The story of Marcus, Angela, and their friends wasn't one of perfect resolutions. It was a story of fire and reconciliation. As the sun set over the suburbs of Atlanta, Marcus and Angela sat on their porch, listening to the muffled sounds of MJ playing video games through the walls. You know, Marcus said, even with the car burning, and the lying friends, and the Peaches interventions, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Angela leaned her head on his shoulder. Just don't sleep with any more imaginary women, Marcus. And you don't burn any more Italian suits. They sat in silence for a moment, until a deep, soulful voice drifted from MJ's open window. I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby. Is that Barry White? Marcus asked. No, Angela sighed. That's MJ. He's still trying to be Larry White. And in that moment, everything was exactly as it should be. Loud, messy, and full of love. Thin walls and thicker skin. A novel of love, lies, and lighter fluid. Prologue. The baritone prophecy. The walls of the Williams household were not so much structural boundaries as they were acoustic suggestions. For M.J. Williams, a teenager with ears more finely tuned than a high-end radar system, these walls were the bane of his existence. He sat at the kitchen table, staring down a bowl of cereal that was rapidly losing its structural integrity in a puddle of milk. He could hear it. Or rather, he was dreading the absence of hearing it. See, I didn't want to hear it, MJ muttered to himself, his voice a low rumble of teenage angst. But I kinda wanted to hear it, because if I don't hear it, then they come down here, looking like they just swallowed a sunshine factory. His mother and father, Angela and Marcus, were currently engaged in what one might call marital negotiations. In the Williams house, negotiations usually involved either a shouting match that could peel paint off the neighbor's siding, or a silence so heavy it felt like it had its own zip code. Who is Larry White? MJ asked the empty kitchen, his brow furrowed. You know, that old dude with the voice that sounds like a cello being dragged through honey. I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby. He was, of course, referring to Barry White. But, in the chaotic lexicon of the Williams household, names were secondary to the vibes they produced. If Marcus came down the stairs singing in a registers 3 octaves below his normal speaking voice, MJ knew he'd have to start looking for a new sibling. Suddenly, the heavy footfalls of Marcus Williams hit the stairs. MJ braced himself. Chapter 1. The lighter fluid incident. Marcus Williams was a man of logic. As a sports anchor, his life was governed by stats, scores, and replay footage. But no amount of play-by-play analysis could have prepared him for the sight of his car, a pristine piece of German engineering, becoming a makeshift charcoal grill in his own driveway. The Sabrina Murphy incident would go down in the annals of neighborhood history as the night the fire department learned Angela's name. It started with a rumor. A woman named Sabrina Murphy claimed Marcus had fathered her child. In Angela's world, a rumor wasn't an invitation for a conversation. It was a subpoena for a bonfire. Angela didn't wait for a DNA test. She didn't wait for a private investigator. She waited for the gas station to open so she could buy 3 gallons of premium and a pack of long-reach matches. I trust you, Marcus, Angela had screamed that night, her voice echoing off the burning leather upholstery of his SUV. I trust you to stay exactly where you are while I melt this gold jewelry you bought with my emotions. Marcus stood in the kitchen now, remembering the smell of charred Armani suits. He looked at Angela as she floated down the stairs, a smug smile on her face. "Good morning, babe," Marcus said cautiously. He felt like a man walking through a minefield with magnetic shoes. "Good morning, Marcus," Angela replied, her voice suspiciously sweet. "I've been doing a lot of thinking all night long. That explains all that smoke," Marcus muttered under his breath. "I've decided to trust you," she continued, ignoring his jab. "I believe you did not sleep with that woman, and I'm gonna let it go." Marcus froze. He hadn't heard words that beautiful since the 2011 NBA Finals. "Baby, you serious? Do you know how long I've been waiting to hear that?" "Thank you." He went in for the hug, feeling the tension drain out of his shoulders. But as he pulled away, he saw the look in her eye. It wasn't the look of a woman who had found peace. It was the look of a woman who had just realized she'd left the stove on, and the stove was her husband's secret life. Trust, but verify, Angela whispered to herself as Marcus walked out the door. She didn't have Sabrina's address yet, but she had a feeling Jennifer or Leslie would, and Angela Williams never left a stone unturned, especially if she could throw that stone through a window. Chapter 2. The Expansion and the X. The expansion of Angela's salon was supposed to be a milestone. It was supposed to be a symbol of her independence and success. Instead, it became a parade of ghosts from her past. Enter Tariq. Tariq was a contractor. He was also 6'2", built like a Greek god carved out of mahogany, and possessed a smile that could restart a dead heart. He was also the man Angela had a one-night stand with 14 years ago during a particularly wild semester in college. Angela stood in the middle of the construction zone, surrounded by sawdust and the heavy scent of testosterone. Leslie, her real estate agent and friend, stood beside her, looking at Tariq like he was a 5-course meal. "Leslie, is he gonna be here every day?" Angela hissed. "Unfortunately, yes." Leslie sighed, fanning herself with a blueprint. "Honey, that is the kind of man you make a fool of yourself for. I am a happily married woman." Angela snapped, though her eyes lingered on Tariq's tool belt a second longer than was strictly necessary for architectural assessment. Tariq approached them, wiping sweat from his brow. "Angela." "I don't remember breakfast, Tariq," Angela lied. She remembered everything. She remembered the college party, the cheap tequila, and the way Tariq used to look in a tank top. "Just do the job. The bid was high, and I want the work done right." "I'll keep it professional," Tariq said, his voice a low vibration. "But I would never forget you, Daddy." Angela's jaw dropped. Did he just call himself Daddy? In my place of business? In front of my hair dryers? Jennifer, Angela's other friend, and the salon's resident truth-teller, or pot-stirrer, depending on the day, leaned in. "He knows, Angela. He knows exactly who he is, and he knows exactly who you used to be before you became Mrs. Sports anchor." The tension in the salon was thick enough to clog a sink. Angela realized that the expansion was going to cost her a lot more than just the contractor's fee. It was going to cost her sanity. Chapter 3. The Case of the Gateway Drug. Back at the Williams household, a new crisis was brewing. Angela had been on high alert ever since she'd found the evidence. It was a small, perfectly rolled cylinder of paper, dropped in the hallway outside MJ's room. "Marcus, look at this," Angela screamed, holding the joint up with a pair of tweezers as if it were a radioactive isotope. Marcus looked up from his iPad. "Babe, are you smoking weed again? Because in college, you were intense." "This is not mine," Angela roared. "I found this in the hallway. Our son is turning into a crackhead." "It's a joint, Angela." "It's not crack," Marcus said, trying to maintain his calm. "It's the gateway." Angela pacing the kitchen like a caged tiger. First it's a joint, then he's on the street corner with no teeth, scratching himself and calling everyone Peaches. "I refuse to have a son named Peaches." She immediately began a research montage. She went to the library. She bought books with titles like "Is There Crack in Your Family Foundation?" and "When Junior Just Won't Say No." She even bought a VHS tape from 1988 called Drugs Are for Jive Turkeys. When MJ finally walked through the door after school, he was greeted by an intervention that felt more like an interrogation at a black site. "Mama, why are you looking at me like you're about to perform an exorcism?" MJ asked, dropping his backpack. "Son, do you know what this is?" Marcus asked, showing him the joint. MJ looked at it. "That's a joint. What are you doing with that, Dad? Are you bawling now?" "Don't you play with me," Angela screamed. "I found this outside your room. Are you turning into Peaches? I don't even know who Peaches is." MJ yelled back, "It's not mine." The argument escalated until Marcus sent MJ to his room. But the truth was much stranger than fiction. Miss V, the Williams' longtime housekeeper and family anchor, had been watching from the shadows of the laundry room. She walked into the kitchen, her face pale. "It's mine," she whispered. Angela stopped mid-scream. "Miss V? Your Peaches? The doctors prescribed it for me," Miss V said, her voice trembling. "I've been taking chemotherapy. I have a little cancer. And the marijuana. It calms my stomach after the treatments." The room went silent. The lighter fluid energy in Angela's soul evaporated instantly, replaced by a crushing weight of guilt. She realized that while she had been worried about her son's teeth falling out from a gateway drug, her family's rock was fighting for her life in silence. "Miss V, why didn't you tell us?" "I didn't want to fuss," she said, leaning into him. "But if I have to hear one more word about MJ being a crackhead, I'm gonna need a bigger joint." Chapter 4. The Gay Best Friend Gambit. With the Miss V crisis stabilized, and Angela promising to cook every meal, which Miss V privately noted was a fate worse than cancer, life returned to its usual state of high-octane absurdity. Angela had an old friend from college named Nick. Nick was also 100% heterosexual, but according to the version of reality Angela had sold Marcus years ago, Nick was as gay as a Broadway musical on Pride weekend. "Every girl needs a Nick in her life," Angela told Marcus, as she prepared for a shopping trip with her old friend. "He's my gay husband." Marcus, being a man who valued his peace, had accepted this for years. "You know Nick Boland is in town, right?" Joseph said, sipping a beer. "The guy who used to hit on every girl in the tri-state area." Marcus frowned. "Nick? The gay guy?" Richard and Joseph exchanged a look. "Marcus, Nick isn't gay. He's a player. A legendary player. He's the reason half the girls in our graduating class have trust issues." Marcus's blood pressure hit the ceiling. He had been played. He had allowed his wife to go out dancing and shopping with a man who was probably trying to verify Angela's assets. When Angela returned home later that night, laughing and hanging onto Nick's arm, Marcus was waiting in the living room with the lights dimmed. He looked like a villain in a low-budget thriller. "Oh, hey baby," Angela said, oblivious to the storm. "Nick and I had a ball. He's so good at picking out shoes." "Is he?" Marcus asked, his voice a low growl. "I'm sure he's great at picking out a lot of things. In fact, I have a friend I want to introduce Nick to. His name is Frank." Nick blinked. "Frank?" "Big Frank," Marcus said, standing up. "He's a security guard at the studio. He's 6'8", just got out of prison for attempted murder of his last lover, and he's looking for a cuddle buddy. Since you're so open about your lifestyle, Nick, I thought you two would hit it off." Nick's face went pale. He looked at Angela, who was frantically shaking her head. I'm not really into big guys," Nick stammered. "Oh, Frank doesn't care what you're into," Marcus smiled, a terrifying, toothy grin. "He's on his way over now. He just had his back and legs waxed for the occasion." Okay, Nick yelled. I'm straight as an arrow, Marcus. Angela told me to play along so you wouldn't get jealous." Angela sighed, dropping into a chair. "Fine, you caught us. But men and women can be friends without being intimate. Nick and I have been proving that for years." Karake. By lying to me for years?" Marcus asked. "It was a white lie," Angela countered. "A beige lie at most." The night ended with Nick fleeing the house and Marcus making a mental note to never believe a word his wife said about anyone's sexual orientation ever again. Chapter 5. The Wedding Bells of Doom. The grand finale of the month was the wedding, or the attempted wedding, of Richard and Keisha. Richard was Marcus's best friend. Angela hated Keisha with the heat of 1,000 suns, mostly because Keisha was always around, lurking in the background like a designer-clad ghost. The dinner party to fix up Jennifer had been a disaster, ending with Jennifer yelling at everyone and storming out with a to-go plate of gumbo. But the main event was Richard's proposal. He did it in the middle of the salon, surrounded by the contractors, the hairdryers, and the smell of Tariq's cologne. "Keisha," Richard said, dropping to one knee. "Will you marry me?" "Yes," Keisha screamed, flashing a ring that cost more than a small island. "But no prenup, Richard. A prenup is a setup for failure." Marcus and Joseph watched from the sidelines, horrified. "He's gonna lose everything," Marcus whispered. "She's gonna take the house, the car, and the rights to his soul." Meanwhile, Joseph was having his own crisis with Leslie. He had seen the ring in the bag and thought about proposing, but then he'd remembered that Leslie was. "Leslie, I just like the freedom of not being married," Leslie had told Angela earlier that day. "I like my bank account. I like my space. Why change a good thing?" When Joseph tried to bring it up later, it turned into a classic Williams-style blowout. "Leslie, do you want to marry me or not?" Joseph asked, exasperated. "I don't know," Leslie yelled. "Why are you being so sensitive? Is it that time of the month for you?" Joseph froze. "Did you just ask a man if it's his time of the month?" "You're acting like it." "That's it," Joseph said, throwing his hands up. "I'm going to the other room. My couch is always available, and frankly, it doesn't talk back." As the month drew to a close, the Williams house was still standing barely. Marcus was back to anchoring the news. Angela was finally finishing the salon expansion without Tariq's help, and MJ was making sure the walls remained thin enough to keep him informed of the next inevitable disaster. In the world of Marcus and Angela, love wasn't a quiet stream. It was a high-speed chase through a hurricane, fueled by lighter fluid, protected by beige lies, and anchored by a housekeeper who was much tougher than any of them. And as the sun set over Atlanta, the faint sound of Barry White, not Larry White, began to drift through the house. MJ sighed, grabbed his headphones, and turned the volume to max. Here we go again. The end. Thin walls and thick-skinned. A Chronicle of Love and Chaos. Chapter 1. The Gospel of Larry White. In the house of Marcus and Angela Williams, privacy was a myth, and silence was a luxury that neither could afford. The walls were not merely structures of plaster and paint. They were thin membranes, vibrating with every secret, every argument, and every late-night reconciliation. MJ, their teenage son, sat at the breakfast table, poking at a soggy piece of French toast. He was a boy whose ears were finely tuned to the frequencies of his parents' marriage. He didn't want to hear it. But, in the same way, one can't look away from a car crash. He couldn't help but listen. "They're gonna come down smiling," MJ muttered to the empty kitchen, singing those Larry White songs. "Who is Larry White?" A voice boomed from the doorway. It was Marcus, looking a bit worse for wear, but trying to maintain the dignity of a man who co-hosted a major sports show. MJ looked up, unfazed. "You know, Dad," old fat dude with the real deep voice. "I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby." Marcus paused, a frown deepening his features. "You mean Barry White, son? And why on earth would we be singing Barry White at 8 in the morning?" "Because," MJ said, leaning in with the wisdom of a cynical sage, "whenever that music starts playing upstairs and the walls start shaking like we're in an earthquake zone, I know exactly what's happening. You come down giggling, and Mom comes down right behind you, all hing hing hing. It's predictable, Dad. It's a schedule." Marcus sighed, the weight of the previous night's argument and subsequent peace treaty settling on his shoulders. The issue was Sabrina Murphy, a woman who claimed Marcus was the father of her child, a woman who had led Angela to incinerate Marcus's car and his favorite designer suits in a fit of righteous fury, Finish your breakfast, MJ, Marcus commanded, though the authority was drained from his voice. And for the record, your mother and I were talking, MJ repeated, his voice dropping into a satirical baritone. Yeah, talking like Larry White. Chapter 2. The Smoke and the Mirror. The drama of the Williams household moved from the bedroom to the streets. Marcus had spent the last few weeks in a state of suspended animation, trying to prove his innocence, while his wife, Angela, operated on the burn first, ask questions later philosophy of marital counseling. At Lady Andy's salon, the air was thick with the scent of lavender oil, hairspray, and the sharp, metallic tang of gossip. Angela was the queen of this domain, a woman whose personality was as fiery as the chemicals she used to straighten hair. I decided to trust him, Angela announced to her friends, Leslie and Jennifer, as she prepped her station. Jennifer, a woman whose personality was as large as her heart, and whose opinions were as unfiltered as a New York sewer, snorted. Angela, you didn't just doubt the man. You performed a Viking funeral on his Mercedes. You don't go from arson to altar in 24 hours. I have a feeling, Angela insisted, though her eyes betrayed a lingering doubt. I told him I believe he didn't sleep with that woman. I'm letting it go, but Angela wasn't letting it go. Not really. In her purse lay a slip of paper with Sabrina Murphy's address. Trust, in Angela's world, was something you verified with a private investigation and possibly a confrontation. Across town, Marcus was at the C Sports Now studio, trying to focus on batting averages, while his personal life felt like a bottom of the ninth, bases-loaded situation. His partner, Joseph, was a man of steady temperament and confusing romantic choices, while their business partner, Richard, had committed the ultimate cardinal sin. He was dating Marcus's ex-wife, Keisha. She's here again, Joseph whispered, nodding toward the green room. Keisha was there. She was always there. She brought lunch, she offered advice on set design, and she loomed over Marcus's past like a persistent shadow. Marcus, she's just a friend, Richard defended, as Todd, the studio's resident pot stirrer, walked in with a letter. Letter from Sabrina Murphy. Todd announced, grinning. Marcus took the letter, his hand shaking. As he read it aloud, the room fell silent. Sabrina was apologizing. She had lied. There was no baby. She had been put up to it by a friend she was no longer talking to. Marcus felt a wave of relief so powerful it nearly knocked him over. He was innocent. He was vindicated. But then, a darker thought surfaced. Angela had said she trusted him this morning. Why, if she truly trusted him, she wouldn't have gone to Sabrina's house. And the letter mentioned that Angela had already been there. She lied to my face, Marcus muttered. She said she trusted me, and then she went behind my back to verify. Well, Joseph said, trying to find a silver lining, at least your car died for a lie and not the truth. Chapter 3. The Contractor and the Skeleton. The expansion of Lady Andy's salon was meant to be a new beginning, a symbol of growth and prosperity. Instead, it brought back a ghost from 14 years ago. His name was Tariq. He was tall, muscular, and had the kind of smile that made Jennifer's knees go weak and Angela's stomach do a backflip. He was the contractor, recommended by Leslie. He was also the man Angela had a one-night stand with during a particularly wild college semester. Angela doesn't remember me, Tariq told Leslie, looking wounded. She remembers, Jennifer whispered to the room at large. She just doesn't want to admit she had a Tariq phase before she became Mrs. Williams. The tension in the salon was palpable. Tariq was professional, but every time he spoke about load-bearing walls or deep foundations, Angela felt a cold sweat. It wasn't just the memory of the night, it was the timing. MJ was 13. The math was dangerously close. Angela sat in the back room, her head in her hands. Jennifer walked in, holding a DNA swab kit like a weapon of war. What is that? Angela hissed. It's clarity, honey, Jennifer said. You've been looking at MJ, then looking at Tariq, then looking at the calendar until you're dizzy. We get a swab from Tariq, a swab from Marcus, and we find out who the king of the castle really is. I can't do that to Marcus, Angela cried. He loves MJ. He is MJ's father. Is he? Jennifer asked. Or is he just the man who stayed? The plot thickened when Tariq mentioned his medical history. As he worked on the salon, he bonded with MJ over shared ailments. I had that whooping cough when I was a kid, Tariq said, and poor circulation in my left leg. MJ's eyes widened. Me too, and I have trouble breathing sometimes. Angela, eavesdropping from behind a curtain, felt like she was watching a slow-motion train wreck. She was convinced. Marcus wasn't the father. She had spent 13 years raising a child with a man she had lied to, even if she hadn't known she was lying. She finally broke. She gathered her friends, her eyes red from crying. I have to tell him. I have to tell Marcus that MJ might not be his. But then, the universe threw a comedic curveball. Tariq, while packing up his tools, mentioned an unfortunate accident involving a pencil in preschool. I can't have kids, Tariq said casually. Doctor said the plumbing was permanently disconnected. Angela froze. You can't have kids? Nope. Not a chance. The relief was so sudden, Angela nearly fainted. MJ was Marcus's. The circulation, the cough, the breathing, it was all a cosmic coincidence designed to give her a heart attack. Chapter 4. The Mystery of the Mothballs. Life settled into a rhythm of minor catastrophes. There was the Nick is gay incident, where Angela tried to hide her handsome college friend from Marcus by claiming he played for the other team, a ruse that ended with Marcus trying to set Nick up with a 6'8" security guard named Big Frank. Then came the dinner party from hell. Angela, in an attempt to save Jennifer from her toxic ex-boyfriend, decided to play matchmaker. She invited a police officer and a football coach to dinner, only for the night to devolve into a series of insults about Jennifer's weight and personality. I don't need your help to get a man, Jennifer screamed, storming out with a to-go plate of fried chicken and gumbo. You think because I'm big, I'm lonely? I'm lonely because I'm with a man who doesn't deserve me. But he's my man. But the most significant crisis came in the form of a small, hand-rolled cigarette found in the hallway. Angela discovered it near MJ's room. Her reaction was, predictably, nuclear. He's a crackhead, Angela wailed to Marcus. Our son is a drug addict. He's going to lose his teeth. He's going to be like my Uncle Harold, they call him Peaches now. Marcus, Peaches. Marcus tried to remain the voice of reason. Angela, it's one joint. It's not crack. It's not heroin. And MJ is a good kid. Let's talk to him. They sat MJ down for an intervention that looked more like a Spanish Inquisition. MJ, confused and terrified, denied everything. But Angela wouldn't hear it. She was already planning the rehab center and the Just Say No posters. The truth, however, lay with Miss V, the housekeeper. Miss V was a woman of quiet strength and hidden burdens. When she saw the chaos, she finally stepped forward. It's mine, Miss V said, her voice steady. The room went silent. Angela stared at the woman who had helped raise her child. Miss V? You're smoking weed? I have cancer, Angela, Miss V said quietly. The chemotherapy makes me nauseous. The marijuana is the only thing that lets me eat. The only thing that lets me keep working. The fire in Angela died instantly, replaced by a profound, aching guilt. She had been so caught up in her own drama, her own suspicions, and her own Peaches fantasies, that she hadn't noticed the woman right in front of her was fighting for her life. Oh, Miss V, Angela sobbed, hugging her. I'm so sorry, I didn't know. I didn't want you to make a fuss, Miss V said, patting Angela's back. I'm not dead yet. And MJ? He's a good boy. He was just trying to protect me. Chapter 5. Altitude and Attitude. The final act of the Williams saga took place at the intersection of love and legalities. Richard and Keisha had decided to get married. It was a move that baffled everyone. Keisha was a firebrand, and Richard was a man who seemed to enjoy the punishment. We're getting married at the courthouse, Keisha announced, flashing a ring that cost more than Marcus's burned Mercedes. Right now. As they rushed off to find a judge, Leslie and Joseph were left in the wake of the news. Joseph, seeing the romance in the air, decided it was time to address the elephant in the room. Leslie, Joseph said, we've been together a long time. What we have works. Why change it? Leslie, who had been secretly hoping for a proposal, felt a cold chill. What do you mean, Joseph? I mean, look at Marcus and Angela, Joseph said, digging a hole with expert precision. They're married, and they're always fighting. We're not married, and we're happy. Why get the government involved? Why become the old ball and chain? Leslie stared at him. The old ball and chain? You're losing altitude, Joe, Marcus whispered from the sidelines. Pull up, pull up. But Joseph was in a tailspin. I'm just saying, I don't want to be tied down. I like our freedom. I like that you can leave whenever you want. Oh, I can leave whenever I want? Leslie's voice was dangerously low. Mayday, Mayday, MJ yelled from the kitchen. He's crashing. It's a total loss. Leslie didn't scream. She didn't burn his clothes. She simply stood up, her dignity wrapped around her like a shroud. You're right, Joseph. We do have freedom. And I think I'm going to exercise mine. She walked out, leaving Joseph standing in the middle of the living room, clutching a bottle of champagne that suddenly felt very flat. Epilogue. The thin walls remain. That night, Marcus and Angela lay in bed. The house was quiet for once. The expansion of the salon was finished. Tariq was gone. Miss V was resting, and MJ was tucked away in his room, hopefully not listening. Do you think they'll make it? Angela asked, referring to Richard and Keisha. In that marriage? Marcus laughed. They'll be lucky to make it to the honeymoon without a restraining order. And Joseph and Leslie? Joseph is an idiot, Marcus said. But he's an idiot in love. He'll find a way to crawl back. Angela turned to him, her eyes softening in the moonlight. I'm sorry I burned your car, Marcus. I know, baby, and I'm sorry I didn't trust you about Sabrina. I know, but you have to admit, Angela said, a mischievous glint returning to her eyes. Those walls are really thin. Marcus smiled, pulling her closer. Maybe we should give MJ something to listen to. Downstairs, in his bedroom. MJ sighed and reached for his headphones. He didn't need to hear the music to know what was coming. Here we go again, he muttered, clicking play on a playlist. Another night with Larry White, and in the house of Williams, through the thin walls and the thick drama. Love messy, loud, and often smoky continued to thrive. Thin walls and thicker plots. A novel of love, lies, and high-definition drama. Chapter 1. The Morning Symphony of Misunderstanding. The walls of the Williams household were not merely structural components. They were gossips. They were thin, porous, and utterly incapable of keeping a secret. For MJ, the teenage son of Marcus and Angela, they were the bane of his existence. He sat at the kitchen island, poking at a pile of cold eggs, listening to the muffled rhythmic vibrations coming from upstairs. I didn't want to hear it, MJ muttered to the empty kitchen, but I kinda wanted to hear it. He knew the signs. When the house vibrated in a certain frequency, it meant his parents were making up. And when they made up, they came downstairs singing, not just any songs, but the deep, baritone vibrations of the 70s. Marcus descended the stairs first, a grin plastered across his face that was wider than a church choir's. He began to hum, his voice dropping into a register that rattled the silverware. Who is Larry White? MJ asked, looking up from his breakfast with a mixture of disgust and curiosity. Marcus stopped mid-hum. Larry White? Son, you mean Barry White. The maestro. The man with the velvet pipes. I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby. Whoever he is, MJ sighed. He's fat, and his voice is too low. If y'all keep trying to talk like that, you're gonna need to adopt another kid, because my ears are already bleeding. Finish your breakfast, MJ, Marcus laughed, though the humor didn't quite reach his eyes when he checked the time. The morning was a fragile thing. Angela followed shortly after, her expression a complex map of lingering irritation and forced grace. How was your night? MJ asked, his voice dripping with teenage sarcasm. Good, Marcus said quickly. Slept late. That's a good sign. MJ pushed. Does it mean y'all are finally sleeping in the same room again? Did Mom make up last night? Marcus looked at Angela. Angela looked at the ceiling. The silence was louder than the Barry White humming. That's a no, MJ concluded. So I was hoping you did, but I was hoping I didn't hear it. But if y'all were doing it, I'd hear it. Because these walls are thin, Dad. Thin. Look, MJ, Marcus started, trying to reclaim his dignity. You're just hearing us. Talking. Talking? MJ stood up, grabbing his backpack. Dad, when Teddy Pendergrass or Teddy Pendergrass, whatever his name is, starts playing, I know exactly what kind of talking is going on. Then y'all come down here giggling like school kids. It's traumatizing. The arrival of the school bus saved Marcus from further interrogation. As MJ vanished out the door, Marcus turned to Angela. The air in the kitchen turned heavy. Baby, I've been thinking all night long, Angela said, her voice soft but firm. That explains all the smoke I saw coming from your ears, Marcus quipped. I've decided to trust you, she continued, ignoring the joke. Marcus felt a weight lift off his chest that was heavier than the kitchen island. You serious? Angela, you have no idea how long I've been waiting for you to say that. Thank you. Tana Saria. Fosi. Selandaria. He moved to embrace her, but Angela held up a hand. I said I'm letting it go. I didn't say I'm forgetting. Trust, but verify, Marcus. Trust, but verify. Chapter 2. The Construction of Chaos. While Marcus headed to the TV studio to film C Sports Now, Angela retreated to her sanctuary, Lady Andy's salon. The salon was currently in the midst of a massive expansion, which meant it was filled with sawdust, the smell of paint, and a team of contractors who looked like they had stepped off the cover of a romance novel. Leading the crew was Tariq, a man whose muscles had muscles. Angela's friends, Jennifer and Leslie, were already there, ostensibly to help, but mostly to drool over the construction crew. Angela, how do you not remember him? Jennifer whispered, staring at Tariq as he hammered a nail with unnecessary intensity. That man is a specimen. He was a one-night stand 14 years ago in college, Angela hissed back. I was wild then. It was one night. I don't want to remember. Oh, she remembers, Leslie laughed. She called me last night saying she remembered exactly how he looked in those college dorm showers. Shut up, Angela snapped. Tariq approached them, wiping sweat from his brow with a slow, deliberate motion. Angela, the bid was a little high, but I promised the work will be done right. I would never forget you, Daddy. Jennifer muttered under her breath, earning a sharp elbow from Angela. Just do the job, Tariq, Angela said, her voice tight. I'm a happily married woman. I understand that, Tariq said, his eyes lingering just a second too long. See you Monday. As Tariq walked away, Jennifer turned to Angela with a look of pure mischief. You know, the rumor is that Sabrina Murphy claims her kid is Marcus's. But looking at Tariq over there, and looking at your son, MJ, girl, are you sure Marcus is the father? The color drained from Angela's face. Don't you even joke about that, Jennifer. MJ is a Williams, through and through. Is he? Jennifer asked. Because Tariq just mentioned he had the same whooping cough as a kid and poor circulation in his left leg. Just like MJ, Angela felt a cold chill. The trust but verify mantra was suddenly haunting her in a way she hadn't intended. Chapter 3. The Stakeout and the Letter. Angela's letting it go lasted approximately 4 hours. By noon, she was sitting in her car, outside a suburban house, binoculars in hand. Jennifer was in the passenger seat, eating a bag of chips with loud, rhythmic crunches. This is stalking. Angela, Jennifer said between bites. We are stalking Sabrina Murphy. It's not stalking. It's an investigation, Angela corrected. I need to know if there's a baby in that house. Just as they were about to give up, a woman stepped onto the porch. She was young, pretty, and decidedly not holding a baby. Angela stormed out of the car. Sabrina Murphy? Angela shouted. The woman looked terrified. Yes, I'm Marcus Williams' wife. You tell me the truth, right now. Do you have a kid? Did you sleep with my husband? Sabrina looked like she was about to faint. No, no, I don't even have a kid. Someone put me up to it. A former friend of Marcus's. I think her name was Keisha. She told me to say it to mess with him. I'm so sorry. I already sent a letter to his studio, apologizing. Angela froze. Keisha, Marcus's ex-girlfriend. The woman who was always hanging around the studio. The woman who was currently dating Marcus's business partner, Richard. Back at the studio, Marcus was reading that very letter. His face was a mask of thunder. I can't believe it, Marcus said to Joseph, his other partner. Keisha put this girl up to it. That is low down, even for her. I told you she was trouble, Joseph said, shaking his head. But hey, the good news is you're cleared. Angela knows the truth. Now you guys can finally have some peace. Peace? There's no peace in the Williams house, Joseph. Only temporary ceasefires. Chapter 4. The dinner party from hell. In an attempt to fix things, Angela decided to throw a dinner party. Her logic was flawed. If she could distract everyone with enough mac and cheese and fried chicken, the secrets would stay buried. She also decided to use the night to fix up Jennifer, who was currently stuck in a cycle of dating her son's deadbeat father. The guest list was a recipe for disaster. Marcus, Joseph, Leslie, Richard, Keisha, the saboteur, herself, and two nice guys Marcus and Joseph had brought for Jennifer. The air in the Williams dining room was thick enough to cut with a steak knife. So, Keisha, Angela said, her voice dripping with artificial sweetener, I heard you've been busy lately, helping friends with their personal lives. Keisha didn't blink. I'm always happy to help, Angela. Some people just need a little push to see the truth. Richard, oblivious to the tension, toasted the table. I have an announcement. I'm upgrading Keisha's ring. We're getting married. Damon. We Sunday. Damon. The table went silent. Marcus looked like he was going to choke on his gumbo. Joseph looked at Leslie, who was staring at her plate as if it contained the secrets of the universe. Married? Angela asked. How wonderful. A wedding built on a foundation of lies and restraining orders. I'll bring the matches. Meanwhile, Jennifer was sitting between the two nice guys. One was a high school football coach named Scotty, and the other was a police officer named Bill. So, Jennifer, Scotty said, looking at her with a mixture of pity and confusion. What do you do? I work at the salon, Jennifer said, her voice flat. And I don't like football. And I'm a police officer, Bill added, puffing out his chest. I have handcuffs. Is that a threat or a promise? Jennifer snapped. The night went downhill from there. The nice guys were caught whispering in the kitchen about how Jennifer was 2 for 1 and overweight. Jennifer, overheard, delivered a speech that would have made Malcolm X proud and stormed out with a to-go plate of fried chicken. Keisha and Angela ended up in a verbal sparring match that nearly resulted in a weave-pulling contest, and Richard remained happily, bafflingly unaware of anything being wrong. Chapter 5. The Peaches Incident. The morning after the dinner party, the Williams house was quiet until Angela found something in the hallway. A small, hand-rolled joint. She let out a scream that could be heard 3 blocks away. Marcus, our son is a crackhead. Marcus ran out of the bedroom, half-dressed. What? Who's a crackhead? MJ. I found this. It's weed. It's the gateway drug. Angela was pacing, her eyes wide. Next thing you know, he'll be on heroin. He'll lose his teeth. He'll be living on the street corner, scratching his neck, and people will call him Peaches. Peaches? Marcus asked, bewildered. Where are you getting this? My Uncle Harold. They call him Peaches. I won't have a son named Peaches. When MJ came home from school, he was met with a full-scale intervention. Angela had library books titled, Is There Crack in Your Family Foundation? And a video playing on the TV about dope turkeys. Angela had Likana. Son, Marcus said, trying to be the calm one. Is this yours? MJ looked at the joint. No, that's not mine. Don't lie to us, MJ. Angela shrieked. We found it in the hallway. I don't smoke, Mom. I'm an athlete. I'm balling. Go to your room, Marcus shouted, finally losing his cool. Don't come out until you're ready to tell the truth. MJ retreated, but the truth came from an unexpected source. Miss V, the elderly housekeeper, walked into the kitchen, looking weary. What is all this noise? She asked. Miss V, MJ is a drug addict, Angela sobbed. Miss V looked at the joint on the table. She sighed, reached out, and tucked it into her pocket. That ain't the boy's. It's mine. The room went deathly silent. Yours? Marcus gasped. The doctor prescribed it, Miss V said softly. I've been taking chemotherapy. I have a little cancer. The marijuana helps with the nausea. I didn't want to tell y'all and make a fuss. The guilt hit Angela like a freight train. She had spent the morning imagining her son as a toothless street urchin named Peaches, while the woman who helped raise him was fighting for her life in silence. Chapter 6. The DNA Dilemma. Just as one fire was extinguished, the Tariq fire flared up. Tariq had finished the expansion, but he had also spent a lot of time talking to MJ. He looks just like my mom, Tariq had said to Angela. Angela couldn't take it anymore. She went to Jennifer. I need to know. I need a DNA test. But I can't ask Marcus, and I can't ask Tariq. Jennifer, ever the prepared friend, reached into her purse and pulled out a handful of buccal swabs. I got you, girl. I was gonna use these to get child support from Tommy's dad, but you need them more. Why do you have these in your purse with your leftovers? Angela asked, disgusted. Always be prepared, Jennifer shrugged. The plan was simple. Swab Tariq while he was working, then swab Marcus while he was sleeping. At the salon, Jennifer distracted Tariq. Hey, Tariq, you got a little something. Right there. She reached out with the swab, swiped the inside of his cheek with the speed of a ninja, and handed it to Angela. What was that? Tariq asked. Just checking your DNA to see how many babies you got, Jennifer joked. I can't have kids, Tariq said, shrugging. Unfortunate accident in preschool. A pencil in my front pocket. It's a whole thing. Angela froze, the swab halfway to her purse. You can't have kids? Nope. Dead in the water, Tariq confirmed. Angela felt like she could fly. Marcus was the father. MJ was a Williams. She didn't even need the second swab. She threw the kit into the trash and danced a little jig. Chapter 7. The Gay Husband Gambit. With the DNA scare over, Angela felt invincible. So, when her old college friend Nick came to town, she didn't see the harm in hanging out. Nick was handsome, charming, and according to the lie, Angela had told Marcus years ago, very, very gay. He's my gay husband. Marcus, Angela said as she headed out the door in a dress that was definitely too short for just hanging out. Marcus sat at the bar with Joseph and Richard. She's out with Nick again, the gay guy. Joseph and Richard exchanged a look. Marcus, Joseph said slowly, Nick Boland is not gay. What? He was the biggest player in college, Richard added. He hit on everything that moved. Angela told you he was gay, so you'd let her hang out with him. Marcus's vision went red. A silverback alert was issued. That night, when Angela and Nick returned to the house, laughing and talking about house music and shopping, they found Marcus waiting. He wasn't humming Barry White. He was humming something much more ominous. Hey, Nick, Marcus said, his voice a low growl. How was dinner? Great, man. We had a ball. Nick said, oblivious. That's good, because I have a friend I want you to meet. His name is Frank. Big Frank. He's a security guard at the studio. He's gay, and he's looking for a cuddle buddy. Nick's smile faltered. Why not? Angela says you love to spoon. And Frank just had his back and legs waxed. He's ready to go. Angela tried to intervene. Marcus, baby, maybe Frank isn't his type. What is your type, Nick? Marcus leaned in. Do you like them big? Because Frank is huge. He did 2 years in prison for attempted murder of his last lover. But I'm sure you'll be fine, Nick cracked. I'm not gay, okay? I'm straight. Angela, tell him. I knew it, Marcus shouted. Okay. Angela held up her hands. He's not gay. I lied. But we've never been intimate. Men and women can be friends, Marcus. Not when the man wants to bowl with my wife, Marcus countered. The argument lasted until 3 a.m., eventually ending in a weary truce when they realized that, despite the lies, they were still the only two people who could stand each other's crazy. Chapter 8. The Proposal and the Period. The final act of the chaos began with Richard and Keisha. Despite everyone's warnings, Richard was determined to marry the woman who had tried to ruin his partner's marriage. They decided to go to a judge immediately. No 500 guests, no 22 Clydesdales, no 5,000 doves. Just a quick legal binding. This put immense pressure on Joseph and Leslie. Leslie, seeing Keisha get a ring, suddenly decided she wanted one too, even though she had spent the last 3 years saying she didn't believe in marriage. "Why haven't you asked me, Joseph?" Leslie asked as they sat in the salon. "Because you said no the last 3 times I asked." "Well, I changed my mind. I want to be in the cage." Joseph sighed and reached into his bag. He pulled out a box. Leslie's eyes lit up. She opened it to find a pair of designer shoes. "Kurashia, Anna, na tiashia." "What is this?" she whispered. "You said you wanted the new peep toes." Joseph said, confused. "I wanted a ring, Joseph." "A ring? But you said..." "I don't care what I said. I'm a woman. I contain multitudes." Joseph tried to salvage the moment. Leslie hesitated. "Right now? Without a guest list? Without my grandmother's blessing?" "See." Joseph threw up his hands. "You don't want to be married. You just want to be married." The argument escalated until Joseph made the fatal mistake. The mistake that every man in the history of the world has been warned against. "Leslie, you're just being sensitive," Joseph said, his voice calm and patronizing. "Is it, that time of the month?" The silence that followed was more terrifying than any of Angela's screams. "What did you just say?" Leslie asked, her voice a low, vibrating hum that would have made Barry White proud. "I just meant your cycle, the moon, the hormones." "You did not just bring up my period," Leslie whispered. "You are definitely not ready to get married. You aren't even ready to be in the same room as a woman." Marcus, watching from the sidelines, whispered to Joseph, "Man, law number 1. Bro, you never, ever speak on the alert. You just nod and agree until it passes." Epilogue. The thin walls remain. A week later, things had settled into a new kind of normal. Richard and Keisha were legally wed and currently arguing over the prenup Richard had secretly filed. Joseph was sleeping on Marcus's couch. Jennifer was back to ignoring Tommy's dad and eyeing a new contractor. And in the Williams house, MJ sat at the kitchen island. He heard the muffled humming from upstairs. It was deep. It was baritone. It was definitely Barry White. "I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby." MJ sighed, grabbed his noise-canceling headphones, and put them on. "Thin walls," he muttered. "They're gonna be singing for a long time." Upstairs, Marcus and Angela were talking. And for the first time in a long time, the walls didn't have anything bad to say. The end. For better, for worse, and for the love of Larry White. A comedy novel of errors, hairspray, and heartbreak. Chapter 1. The Walls Have Ears and Opinions. The morning sun over the Williams household didn't just rise. It seemed to peer through the windows with a judgmental squint. Inside, Marcus Jr., better known as MJ, sat at the kitchen island, methodically drowning his cereal in a sea of 2% milk. He was 13, an age where one's primary occupations are video games, avoiding homework, and unintentionally becoming an expert on their parents' marital status. "I didn't want to hear it," MJ muttered to the empty kitchen, though his ears were tuned like high-frequency radar toward the upstairs hallway. "But I kinda wanted to hear it. It's like a car crash. You want to look away, but you need to know if the bumper fell off." He knew the signs. If the morning was destined to be a good one, his parents would descend the stairs like a Motown duo, radiating a glow that could only be described as post-reconciliation. "They're gonna come down smiling and happy," MJ whispered, a smirk playing on his lips. Singing Larry White songs. Miss V, the family's sharp-tongued, no-nonsense housekeeper, walked in just in time to catch the tail end of his monologue. She set a basket of laundry down with a thud that echoed MJ's cynicism. "Who is Larry White?" she asked, her eyebrow arched so high it nearly vanished into her hairline. "You know," MJ said, dropping his voice into a comedic, gravelly baritone, the old fat dude with the real deep voice. "I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby." Miss V let out a snort that was half laugh, half disgust. "It's Barry White, you ignorant child. And if your father is trying to talk that low, he's liable to bust a lung. Finish your breakfast." The heavy tread of footsteps on the stairs signaled the arrival of the man of the hour. Marcus Williams, local sports anchor and a man whose charisma usually paid the bills, entered the kitchen. But today, the charisma was stuck in traffic. His face was a mask of weary neutrality. "Uh-oh," MJ whispered to Miss V. "He ain't smiling. You know what that means." "Good morning, Dad," MJ said aloud, testing the waters. "How was your night?" "Good," Marcus replied, his voice flat. He headed straight for the coffee maker, the universal sanctuary for men in trouble. "Ready for your big test?" "Yeah, sure." "Where's your mom?" "She's coming down." "Slept late." MJ leaned in, his eyes gleaming with mischief. "That's a good sign, right? I mean, it means you two had a good night? At least y'all were sleeping in the same room." "Did she make up with you last night?" Marcus sighed, a sound that carried the weight of 1,000 unanswered text messages. "Well, son, look, that's a no." MJ threw his hands up. "So I was hoping you did, but I was hoping I didn't hear it. But I did want to hear it. Because if y'all are doing it, then I'ma hear it through these paper-thin walls." "MJ, enough," Marcus groaned. "What are you talking about?" "I'm talking about the soundtrack, Dad. When that Terry Pendergrass starts playing, it's Teddy Pendergrass." Marcus corrected, his frustration finally breaking through. "Him too, but then you come downstairs giggling, and Mama comes right behind you. And together, y'all are just hing, hing, hing." MJ mimicked a high-pitched giggle that made Marcus want to vanish into the floorboards. The honk of a school bus saved Marcus from further interrogation. "The bus is here." "Good day at school, MJ," Marcus shouted, practically pushing his son toward the door. As the door slammed, the silence in the kitchen was short-lived. Angela Williams descended the stairs. She was a whirlwind of energy, hairspray, and unresolved grievances. She looked at Marcus, then at the coffee, then back at Marcus. "Good morning, Marcus," she said, her voice surprisingly soft. "Morning, babe. Baby. I've been doing a lot of thinking all night long." Marcus winced. "That explains all that smoke I smelled coming from the bedroom." Angela ignored the jab. "I've decided to trust you. I believe you didn't sleep with that woman, Sabrina Murphy. I'm gonna let it go." Marcus froze, his mug halfway to his lips. "Baby, you serious? Do you know how long I've been waiting to hear you say that?" "Thank you." He stepped forward to embrace her, the tension of the last week evaporating instantly. For a moment, it was perfect. And then, because this was the Williams household, the trust but verify clause kicked in. Chapter 2. The Salon of Secrets. Angela's salon, Lady Andy's, was more than a place for hair extensions and manicures. It was the nerve center of the city's gossip network. Today, the air was thick with the scent of chemicals and the rhythmic snip-snip of shears. Angela stood in the center of the chaos, her arms crossed as she watched a group of contractors tearing down a wall for the new expansion. Leading the crew was Tariq, a man whose muscles were as prominent as his history with Angela. "Leslie, is she gonna be here every day?" Tariq asked, nodding toward Angela while talking to Leslie, Angela's business-minded friend. "Unfortunately, yes," Leslie sighed. "Angela's not talking to you. She's talking through me." "Come on, Leslie," Tariq pleaded. "She just wants the job done, right? I'll keep it professional, but I can't believe she doesn't even remember me." Jennifer, the salon's most vocal stylist and a woman who treated every conversation like a megaphone rehearsal chimed in. I would never forget you, Daddy. Look at those arms. Now, shut up, Jennifer, Angela snapped, finally breaking her silence. Tariq, do your job. I pay on time, and I expect you to be out of here by the end of the month. I understand, Tariq said, a smirk playing on his lips. The salon went silent. Even the hairdryers seemed to stop. Jennifer's jaw dropped. Leslie looked like she wanted to hide under a styling cape. Wild? Jennifer whispered. Angela? Our Angela? I don't remember him. Angela insisted, her face turning a shade of red that matched her favorite lipstick. He's delusional. He's delusional. But as Tariq walked away, Jennifer leaned in. Honey, that is the kind of man you make a fool of yourself for. How do you not remember that? Your mother would have been too special to forget him. It was college. I was focused on my studies. Angela lied poorly. Focused on the D student, more like, Jennifer cackled. Anyway, back to the real drama. Did you really make up with Marcus? Angela took a deep breath. I told him I trust him. I told him I believe he didn't have a baby with Sabrina Murphy. Jennifer squinted. It don't work like that. It would take a priest, an exorcist, and a pardon from the president for you to let this go that quick. I'm not buying it. Angela looked around to make sure no one else was listening. Okay, fine. I got the address. Sabrina Murphy lives across town. Her neighbor told me she gets in at noon. I'm going over there. I knew it! Jennifer shouted, nearly poking a customer in the eye with a comb. Trust, but verify. I'm coming with you. This is gonna be better than Maury. Chapter 3. The sports desk and the stalker. While Angela was planning a covert sting operation, Marcus was at the C-Sport studio, trying to maintain his professional dignity. It wasn't easy, considering his business partner, Richard, was currently dating Marcus's ex-fiancée, Keisha. Keisha was everywhere. She was in the break room, she was in the control booth, and today she was in the studio, bringing Richard lunch and glaring at Marcus. The soda machine is broken again, Keisha announced, leaning against the anchor desk. Just like everything else around here. Old, broken down things that just won't act right. Marcus didn't look up from his teleprompter. Todd, can you go get the mail? He asked his assistant, who was watching the exchange with wide eyes. You know I'm right, Marcus, Keisha continued. You keep throwing money into things that are broken. Like that car of yours. The one Angela burned up? Todd chimed in helpfully. That was a classic. Todd. Mail. Now, Marcus barked. Once the studio cleared, Richard sat down next to Marcus. Hey, man, look. I know it's weird with Keisha being here all the time, but we're in love. It's not weird, Richard. It's a health hazard, Marcus muttered. But anyway, how was your night? Angela says she forgives me. Standing your ground worked out. Then, Richard nodded. No more drama. Todd reappeared, holding a letter with a look of pure terror. Marcus? This just got dropped off for you. It's from Sabrina Murphy. The room went cold. Marcus stared at the envelope as if it were an unexploded pipe bomb. I'm not reading that, Marcus said. I'm paperless. I'm doing the green thing. I'll read it, Todd shouted, ripping it open before Marcus could stop him. Dear Marcus, I am so sorry for all the problems I caused you. Your wife came to see me this morning. She what? Marcus roared, and I told her the truth. I told her we never met, we were never together, and I don't even have a kid. I was put up to this by a friend I'm no longer talking to. Marcus sank into his chair. She went to her house. Well, at least you're cleared, Richard offered. Cleared? Marcus's eyes began to glow with a dangerous light. Oh, I'm more than cleared. I'm inspired. Todd, I need you to do me a favor. We're going to give Angela exactly what she wants. We're going to give her the truth. Chapter 4. The Fake Confession. Back at the Williams house, Angela was pacing the living room like a caged tiger. She felt a bizarre mixture of relief and intense, burning guilt. Sabrina Murphy had indeed told her the truth. Marcus was innocent. "Oh, I'm in deep," Angela moaned to Jennifer and Leslie, who were sitting on her sofa, eating her snacks. "I burned up his car. I melted his jewelry into a medallion that said, 'I hate you.'" "How am I supposed to apologize for that?" "You could try cooking," Miss V suggested from the kitchen. "Though with your skills, that might count as another hate crime." The front door opened. Marcus walked in, but he didn't look happy. He looked devastated. He looked like a man carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. "Hey, babe," Angela said, her voice trembling. "How was work?" It was okay," Marcus sighed. He sat down heavily and put his head in his hands. "Marcus? What's wrong?" "Angela, I can't do this anymore. The lying, the hiding. It's eating me alive." Angela froze. "What are you talking about?" Marcus looked up, his eyes suspiciously watery, thanks to a quick application of peppermint oil in the car. "The DNA test came back today. The silence that followed was so thick you could have sliced it with a cake knife." Jennifer stopped chewing her cracker. Leslie's eyes went wide. "For you. What?" Angela whispered. "Yeah," Marcus continued, gaining momentum. "And I told Sabrina that if you contacted her, she should lie to you. But I can't live like this. We need to figure out how we're going to raise this child together." Angela's face went through a terrifying transformation. It started at shocked, bypassed hurt, and landed squarely on nuclear meltdown. "Have you lost your damn mind?" she screamed, lunging for him. "Whoa, whoa," Marcus shouted, jumping behind the sofa. "I thought you said you'd never fly off the handle again. You promised." "I don't care what I promised. You're coming into this house, telling me you have a baby with a woman named Sabrina? I'll kill you. I'll kill you twice." She started chasing him around the living room, swinging a decorative throw pillow like a medieval flail. "Angela, stop. I got the letter." Marcus yelled, dodging a vase. "I know you went to her house. You lied to me about trusting me." Angela stopped mid-swing. Her chest was heaving. The letter." Marcus pulled the crumpled paper from his pocket. "Sabrina sent me this. She told me everything." "You didn't trust me, Angela. You went behind my back." The anger drained out of Angela, replaced by a sheepish, embarrassed pout. "Well, you see, baby, you know me. I go crazy." "I do know you," Marcus said, straightening his shirt. "And that's why I just gave you a heart attack. Consider us even for the car. Now, what's for dinner?" Chapter 5. The Blind Date Disaster. A few weeks later, the salon was finally nearing completion. But the drama was only beginning. Jennifer, despite her loud exterior, was secretly lonely. She had gone back to her ex-boyfriend, a man known only as Teddy, who treated her like a second-class citizen. "We have to do something," Angela whispered to Leslie as they watched Jennifer cry into a tub of hair bleach. "She deserves better than that man." "Let's fix her up," Leslie suggested. "A blind date." "I hate blind dates," Jennifer shouted from across the room. "You're coming to dinner at my house tonight," Angela commanded. "And Marcus is bringing some of his single friends." It's settled. That evening, the Williams dining room was set for a feast. Angela had gone all out. Fried chicken, mac and cheese, red beans and rice, and a gumbo that actually smelled edible. The door was crowded with arrivals. First came Richard and Keisha, who hadn't been invited but showed up anyway because Keisha liked to monitor Marcus's life. Then came the candidates. There was Billy, a police officer who looked like he could bench press a small car, and Scotty, a high school football coach with a smile that was a bit too perfect. When Jennifer arrived, she looked stunning in a bright red dress that hugged every curve. "All right, where are these men you promised?" The dinner started off well enough until Keisha decided to open her mouth. "Jennifer, that is a beautiful jacket," Keisha said, her voice dripping with fake honey. "It really covers you." "What's that supposed to mean?" Jennifer snapped. "Nothing. I'm just saying, it's brave to wear red at your size." Angela kicked Keisha under the table. Hard. "Anyway, Scotty, Tell Jennifer about your coaching. Well, Scotty said, leaning back, I work out every day. I'm into fitness. Take care of themselves. The table went silent. Marcos looked at his plate. Billy the cop looked at the ceiling. Are you calling me fat? Jennifer asked, her voice dangerously calm. I'm just saying. I have a certain lifestyle. Scotty smirked. Jennifer stood up, her chair screeching against the floor. Let me tell you something, you fitness-obsessed little boy. I hold my man down. I handle my business. And I love all of this that God made. You'd be lucky to even get a sniff of this perfume. She turned to Angela. Angie, I don't need your help. And I better have a damn-to-go plate waiting for me tomorrow. She stormed out, leaving the dinner party in shambles. Well, Marcus sighed, reaching for a chicken wing. That went well. Shut up, Marcus, Angela groaned. Chapter 6. The Peaches Incident. Life in the Williams household was never quiet for long.